All right, and welcome back. Welcome to episode 11 of our Gold Rush or Bust gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer, and I am headed back down to our dig site because there's a bunch of things I want to show you. A bunch of things changed from last episode. We are into August now, and we've got some new stuff going on. First things first, let's jump out right now. Well, first things first, the JCB is still broken, but it should be getting fixed. Parts should be coming in this month, so we should have the JCB back by the end of this month, which will be nice. But what is this? Well, I went and bought us a big fuel tanker. Now, this thing's awesome because it holds, I can't remember exactly how much it holds. I used a bunch of it, but it's awesome. This thing is awesome. We can just fill it with fuel. I can get it from our tanks up at the barn and, or up at the shop area, and then I can fill the trommels. And yes, you heard that correctly, trommels. I want to show you guys what I did. I came down here with the dozer and I flattened out a big area in here. I bought another one of these conveyors and I set up two trommels. I got two trommels, and they're close enough together that let's jump in the excavator here. They're close enough together that I'll fire it up. That I can reach both of them here and dump into both of them. So once one gets full, I can just start just dropping the pay dirt into the other one while it's working through, and then I can just kind of go back and forth. So I never really hit the bottleneck because yeah, I do with 15,000 liter scoops on this bucket. If like three scoops in one of these things is essentially full. Not like it's usually four scoops because it starts to work through the first little bit. But after four scoops, it's full, and then I can just start dropping into the next one, and we'll really be able to get some serious pay dirt out of the ground here. Now I'm just working on this area of the bank right over here. I'm not actually digging right now, but that's where I've been working on, kind of just slowly trying to get as much of it as I can. I know we're gonna run into the point where I can't kind of get any more out. Um, but I just wanted to jump in and just kind of show you. Let me go into this mode real quick here. It's a little zoomed out. But yeah, this is what I got set up. And then so I can just move this forward and over to get out the coarse and the fine tailings. Same thing here. And I've got a nice little area for a turnaround. The only thing is I kind of don't know what to do with this belt system right now. I'm not getting rid of it or anything, of course, just because it'll be handy. There'll probably be something I find for it in the future. But that's kind of like what we got going on down here right now. I'm still just working in this area. There's still lots of pay dirt down in here that I have to get out. And yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. I might have to move the excavator over to a point where I need to use one of those conveyors, but yeah, for right now, that's what we're kind of rocking with the two trommel system, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, we're able to really get some pay dirt out. Actually, speaking of, maybe I could load some into this unit here. Now, what else did I spend money on? Well, yeah, to spend it, the trommels didn't really cost that much because or the other trommels, 45 grand. Um, these conveyor belts are actually pretty cheap in the scheme of things. These are still pretty heavy. And I decided to buy that baler. Now I just didn't have time to go get it, so I had to get it delivered, which they should be bringing it out right now. And I think it's actually at the shop. I told them just drop it off when they get here. They know coming out here that he's not going to text or call or anything. It doesn't really matter. But once it does get here, we will eventually, at some point today, go get that field cut because our pasture field is looking really, really nice. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with the bales and stuff just yet. I really don't know. Um, yeah, I got to get some sort of bale storage facility put down. I just kind of wanted to wait till the main barn was built, which again, that should be done construction today. Can I just get this on top here, you think? Let's go like this. Let's close this up. Actually, let's head up and let's see if our baler and stuff came. So I got a baler and like a windrower and just all that jazz so that we could cut and bale hay and also get some silage bales if we want. Because I do want to get a cattle barn eventually so we could start getting some cattle out here. But that's all just gonna kind of be side projects. I still want to focus mostly on the gold and getting both those trommels just rocking. But it's gonna be kind of a weird transitional point. Let's just go see if this stuff showed up. Looks like it did. Yeah, it looks like it did. Oh, yes. So there we go. There's our windrower, tedder, and a baler. Obviously, our mowing units are inside right now, which is great. I probably didn't really need a windrow. I know, well, yeah, the mower that I got will kind of windrow if we're doing silage bales. But yeah, I decided to get this baler just because whatever. We had the money. We still got almost 600 grand. It doesn't really matter too much. We'll just need a little bit of money to put down a few more sheds and stuff, and which I think I'm gonna probably put some sort of bale storage kind of where the plow is sitting. I think something like that. I'll kind of see once that barn's built. At one point, I do want to get in the dozer and kind of clear out the rest of this brush, just so we got a little bit clearer land. But look at that field. Look at our beautiful grass field out there. Unreal. Unreal. All right, let's just go back in here and also, also, kind of forgot to mention this. The tree planter that we bought is a complete waste of money. It won't let us plant any more trees on this map, so that was a bit of a waste. So I'll probably end up selling that, which kind of sucks. I wanted to be able to plant some more trees around here, but yes, it is. We were told no bueno. Okay, well, let's head back down to the dig site. I'm just gonna cruise back down there and let's start digging. Let's get those trombles going. Let's put them into action. Once we get kind of sick of digging, maybe around lunchtime or something like that, and we've put enough pay dirt in there, I think then we could come back and maybe we'll spend the rest of the day cutting that field and testing out that new baler, the new tedders, and the windrower and stuff like that. So let's come in here and let's start digging. I guess I could have pulled the trailer down. We might have to run back with the tractor at some point and pull the trailer down, but let's jump out of there. Yeah, let's do a little bit of digging here. Alright, I'm just backing in here. I dug all morning. I really dug so much pay dirt out of there. And now I'm kind of getting to the point where I think some of these, well, they're not completely full, Jesus. But the coarse tailing and the fine tailings are definitely getting fuller. Now, if I can back this in here good, I'll be able to unload it. I really can't wait for the JCB to be fixed as well. Jeez, am I having some troubles here? Good lord. That definitely should be working. Oh, this thing's just not really quite where it needs to be, that's why. Oh. There we go. There we are. Maybe let's jump out and let's make sure this one's right where it needs to be. Yeah, this one's just off a little bit as well. Let's fire this bad boy up. It can sit right there. Okay. So that way when we back in with the trailer again. But yeah, we've got a bunch of pay dirt that was put in there. So we got a bunch of concentrate that's come through. It's still working through a bit in here, but not too crazy. Diesel, we burnt about 2,000 liters. I'd filled both of these. The nice thing too, when I pull in through here with the diesel truck, or the fuel truck rather, it fills both of these trommels at the same time. Whoa, fell in the creek there. Did you guys see that? Good lord. I'm gonna have a wet boot for the rest of the day. Good thing I'm going in for lunch here soon. But yeah, I want to get this all, get the coarse and the fine tailings pulled out of this, and then I'm probably going to do a bunch of digging this afternoon. Also, I got a call from the guys at the warehouse, and they said this bale trailer came through on sale, which is a pretty good deal, 31,000, not too bad. So I think I'm going to end up buying this. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to call them at lunchtime. Yeah, this thing looks pretty good. Pretty not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to call when I go in for lunch and just see. I'll just wheel and deal with them a little bit, see if they'll give me a better deal. I mean, I bought a lot of stuff from them. You'd think they'd give me a bit of a deal. Yeah, I think I'll probably end up buying that. We don't really need anything else in here. We already got a truck. We already got trailers, although, well, you know, the JCB will be fixed soon. Maybe I'll talk to them about that as well. Oh, let's go. This thing's full. This thing's full. Let's go dump this. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing here just for the next little bit. I'm going to go do the runs back and forth here. Like I said, get the coarse and the fine tailings kind of dealt with. I'm going to go in and have a little bit of lunch. I don't know if I feel like going to get that. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy that bale trailer for 30 grand. That's a pretty good deal. Helps out a bit. Plus, it'll haul 24 bales. I think off of our field out there, like if I had to guess, we probably wouldn't be getting more than that off that field. Maybe. Well, I guess it depends what size of bales I do, right? Got to think about that. But, yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. I got to kind of park all this stuff away. There's a bunch of chores and stuff I got to do towards the end of the day. I might spend the afternoon just doing some chores. Once I get all this coarse and fine tailings out, I gotta go down with that little trailer, to be honest. I don't think all that pay dirt will fit in the, or all the concentrate will fit in the side-by-side. It might, though. And then once I kind of do that and get all the coarse tailings and fine tailings pulled out, yeah, I think I'm going to spend the afternoon just doing some chores around the farm, like getting some of the equipment cleaned up. Maybe I will run and grab that bale trailer just so it's kind of done and part of our chores. Which money we'll make for this? 2,300 bucks. Not too bad. You know, that means 10 trailer fulls, and that bale trailer's almost paid for. Which, with the amount of pay dirt that I want to pull out of there, 10 loads probably isn't too unrealistic over the rest of this year and into the winter time. But I do have a suspicion that this is going to be kind of our last little season digging around this area. I don't know, I'm starting to get more just coarse and fine tailings and not as much gold concentrate, to be honest. I think we might be kind of running this well a little bit dry out here, even though we did get pretty set up. I mean, there's only going to be so much gold out here, so that might be kind of something we have to do next spring, is kind of reevaluate and see where our next dig site is going to be, which is you know, it's always a bit of a pain to get a new dig site set up, but also how much of a pain is it when it's worth about $1 million to go do it, right? You could get out of bed for $1 million for just about anything, it seems like. Okay, let's get some fine tailings out of there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to kind of be just picking away at. I'm going to just finish doing these runs back and forth here with the coarse and fine tailings. Go have a little bit of lunch. I'll call those guys about the bale trailer, see if we can work a deal. And yeah, this afternoon we'll work on some kind of cleanup around the farm, and maybe we're going to cut that field. Let's cut and get that field baled. It'll be our first cut and bale, and I'm pretty excited for that. Alright, crew, we are just pulling out of the garage here, and I'm going to head up to the store and grab the bale trailer. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to pull it with the Dodge. Pretty sure. I think it's just a pintle hitch on that thing, so should work. Should work. Yeah, we're gonna head up there. Spent 30 grand on that trailer, which I'm pretty excited for. That'll help us out quite a bit. Had a good lunch. Had a really good lunch, actually. Grilled cheese with tomato soup and some crackers in it, you know? Not, you know, it's not like a bodybuilder's lunch or anything crazy, but God, something about soup and tomato soup, or tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. Woo! It hits the spot. It hits the spot. Should probably slow down a little bit. Maybe at some point I should walk the dozer down this road and kind of clear this road out a little bit better. We could take the chainsaw. This is the only hairy spot. Truckers don't want to bring stuff down there in the winter. Because, like, and I don't blame them. The road gets icy. Slide right on down into the creek, which we do not like. Look at that. The ferry is right over here. Beautiful. Now, I was told... How do I... Maybe I gotta shut the... How do I activate... Can I activate the ferry without getting out? I have to get out every time. Someone said in the comments that I could. How do I do it? What button do I push? Am I crazy? Start ferry is R, which I push. Can I do it when I'm on here? Oh, I guess I don't gotta go that far. I thought I could do it when I was like sitting on the ferry. Or maybe I can do it right when I'm driving across. Will that allow it? Like, I just drive onto the ferry. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that next time on the way back. But yeah, we'll head up, grab the bale trailer. Oh, watch. If you're not paying attention, you start this ferry and the one barge is going by, like, whew, it could be bad news bears. That's close up. Yeah, we're gonna go grab the bale trailer, and then once I'm back with the bale trailer, I won't have to go do any other running around, I don't think. And we'll just do a bunch of chores around the farm. As I was sitting there having lunch, I was kind of looking out like over where we got the barn and stuff all set up, and there's still so much brush and kind of like grass and stuff that I want to clear out of the way, just to kind of like at the main like farm area. So I think I'm going to kind of just do that, jump in the dozer and just kind of clear out around there, really kind of clear out the farm. There's like a lot of this brush and stuff that's still kicking around. And yeah, we'll just kind of clean a little bit of that out. I think we'll get to do, yeah, we will get to cutting that field and baling it, but I'm gonna kind of put it on the later list. Like that'll be the last thing that I do. If I don't get to it today, we'll do it first thing in the morning. If I keep this truck on the road, is my plan right now. How fast does this thing go? Ooh. Can't go that fast pulling a trailer. We've learned that. We have learned that. Hopefully I don't drive all this way and I can't hook onto this trailer. I think I can. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. And I'm going to talk to these guys and see about parts for the JCB and what we can do. Whoa. We're not going to park in the handicap space. I know there's no one else here, but we're just not going to be that guy. We're going to move over a little bit. Can't be that guy. Alright, let's jump out here. What's this say? Customers only. Well, we are a customer. Alright. The RBM 2000. Looking fancy. We'll just leave it this color. Yeah, I don't really care. Alright, let's buy this. There we go. Okay, let's go see if we can hook onto it real quick here, because if we can't, we're gonna have to figure something else out. And then we'll go back in. I'll talk to those guys. There's some roof plates in there. See that inside there? Got some roof plates. Oh god, I hope I can hook onto this thing. Should be able to. I mean, technically we just got a ball hitch in this thing, but will it work? Yes, it does work. All right, let's shut this thing down and let's head back in. Okay, I'm gonna talk to them and find out exactly what's going on. Over here to service. And yeah, we'll see what's going on. see if Walt knows anything about those parts, and then we'll head back up to the farm. All right, crew, we are on our way home, headed back to the old homestead. So we have good news and we have bad news on the JCB. But in the end, it's good news. The good news is the parts are here. The parts are there for the JCB. The bad news is they're more expensive than we thought. The mechanic can't come out today to work on the JCB. I am not experienced enough to mess around with it. I'm just not experienced enough to mess around with it. Like we talked about before, my mechanic skills are not up to par for something like that. But they can't come today to fix it. They can't come till September. Okay, let's try this. Oh, I tried to hit it on the way in. Alright, whatever, we'll just go do it like this. Okay, that's good enough. Where's that barge? There's that barge. So we gotta hope we make it across, because this thing will run right into us. Oh, we'll make it. We'll make it. I hope we make it. Oh my god. Playing chicken with the barge. So yeah, the mechanic can't come today. They can't come to September. It's going to be more to fix it. It's going to be like another 18 grand is what they think to fix it, which that's okay. Yeah, you know, we sold a lot of gold, so it's fine. The main thing is the JCB gets fixed, because it's just so much quicker to go back and forth with that, to get the coarse and fine tailings out than kind of messing around with the trailer. I guess it's not that much different, but okay, let's get out of this guy's way. Head back up to the farm. So another 18 grand, or 18 grand more rather, and the JCB will be fixed. We'll fix next month, so that's pretty good. At least we'll have it fixed for winter, which is nice. We got the bale trailer, the Dodge can pull it, which is great. So really, all good news. We just got to spend a little bit of cash, but it is what it is. It's pretty minor in the scheme of things. And once we get back up to the farm here, the old laydown, we'll go into construction mode, and I'll kind of just show you what my thoughts are. Ooh, yeah, the Dodge just can't pull anything. Okay, we're gonna get a new truck too. I'm gonna keep watching the sales, and we're gonna get a different truck. I'm gonna keep the Dodge because I like this truck. I just like it, but we'll get something else that can help maybe pull things a little bit better. Maybe get a dually. Yeah, maybe we'll get a dually or something like that I can pull the gooseneck with. We gotta park all this stuff too. Maybe let's leave this bale trailer just over out of the way right now. Right there's gonna work out good. Alright, let's pull up. We'll park the Dodge. Yeah, see, I want to clear all this brush out. I don't even really need to go into the build mode, but I want to clear all this kind of brush a bit right in front of the house here, and just a bit down to the barn. I want to kind of clear some of that out with the dozer, and a little bit of brush just kind of on this side. Park all of our equipment. And just kind of get ready. Let's do a good like cleanup and get ready for winter around here. We will go do some more digging. But I did a lot of digging this morning, and I'm just gonna let the trommels and everything kind of do their thing down there. We'll start digging again next month once the JCB is fixed. Let's get the old D5 fired up here. What do we get here? Oh, well, we unlocked something. Alright, let's take a look at the D5 here. Let's jump down. How's the undercarriage and stuff look? Rollers aren't too bad. Not looking too bad. How's the ripper looking? Hydraulic lines seem good. We don't have any corks on the pads, which we shouldn't need. I don't feel like corking this. It's running good. Step looks good there. The blade's fine, obviously. Oh, hit the wrong button there. Let's back this unit up. We'll back this unit up here, and I'm going to just kind of make a plan of how I want to clean all of this up. So, let's go like this. And I want to go. We're just gonna terraform it smooth right there, I think. And that's what we'll do. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of make a little bit of a plan here of how I'm gonna clean this out. I almost might leave a little bit of brush right around, but I want to make this road through here just a little bit wider on each side, just to clear that out. And I think eventually what I want to do is have a cattle barn right in this area. If we are going to start kind of running out of gold, and if I can't find another good dig spot, I'm hoping that I can find a dig spot down in here. This is where we might have to move everything to. But, if we do kind of run this river and stuff, or this creek dry of the gold, I want to have some cattle that we can kind of help make us some money around here as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna let the dozer run just for a little bit there, just let it get it warmed up, and we'll start clearing this out.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
All right, so we got, some of our land cleared out there now. So let's just go through and I'll kind of explain to you what my thought process is with this. I think in this area, I'm going to have maybe some silos, maybe something to mix TMR, potentially like another little barn or something like that just to store some equipment. I don't know exactly just yet. I kind of left some of the shrubs along here because I do want to build some fencing eventually, just kind of, tie everything in and make it look good. Same in this area, just kind of left a little bit of the shrubs around the edge of these roads that I'm gonna finish at some point. And again, in here, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna put, but over here is where I want the barn to go. Actually, you know what? Let's just put it down right now. We're in here. Let's do it. So this was my thought, is I wanted to have the barn kind of just, something like this. Maybe I'll twist it a little bit more. Yeah, something kind of like that, or I could even twist it and have it a little bit more angled this way. Yeah, actually, maybe that's a little bit better. And I was gonna paint it kind of dark brown to match the doors on the other, kind of on our other barns. It's actually a little bit darker than I like. Let's go with this one. Does it really matter? No. But yeah, that was my thought process with that. Is we'll put this something like right about there. And so like I said, let's just spend the cash and just set it down right there. Do you want to customize the fence? Yeah, we do. I was thinking I'll try and use up a whole bunch of this area since it's kind of like a big hill. I could just really, and we've got a little bit of extra cash that we can spend. Let's just make this nice and big, kind of out here. Come along the back side of the sawmill. Jog it in there. Tie it in. Do we want to plant some meadow? Yes. And there we go. That's where, geez, we spent a bit of cash there, but that's all right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking for the cattle. Let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look and see. I figured we might as well do it right then and there. And so we'll probably have to clear out a little bit more in this area. Probably cut down this tree, maybe cut down that tree. or maybe not. Maybe we'll just cut down this tree just so we can kind of pull through with the food. We're gonna have to be able to pull through with water, and if we want to get some of the milk out and stuff, I wasn't really gonna plan on having milk producing cattle, just some Angus beef. So that I didn't really need that trigger over there, but yeah, this is kind of what I thought, and I thought it would be really good because we've got built-in manure storage and built-in bale storage, which is perfect for us. It's really perfect, and it kind of just fits in this little corner right over here. So there we go, team. We got ourselves cattle barn, and it's kind of getting late in the day here. I don't think we'll really be able to get to that field because I want to get back down to the dig site. There's still a bunch of stuff that I want to do. After I dug a bunch this morning, I just let the trommels kind of go through and try and pump out as much pay dirt as we can, but I'm probably got too much sitting down there for just the little side by side to haul. So I'm going to take the truck with our trailer, head down there, and I'm also going to check on the coarse and fine tailings. Probably a bunch more has popped through. There's a lot of running around right now, but that's okay. So let's pull over here and grab this trailer, because I'm thinking we're going to have to load all the pay dirt on this. Let's get hooked up to this guy. Probably even could have fit most of it in the box of the Dodge. That's okay. You know what? Even if we I want to get as much pay dirt into the gold room as I can. So we'll just take down this trailer, load up what's down there, and go from there. Yeah, like I don't 100% know what I'm gonna put in this area. Maybe I will leave like some of the TMR mixing and stuff right here. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'll do, is just kind of make this little section for TMR and stuff. And maybe I can just leave this open. Maybe just do grass and stuff in here. Yeah, we'll kind of play that as it goes. I don't really got any design set too much, other than I just wanted the cow barn or the cattle barn just kind of out of the way, utilize that hill. You know, the cattle can graze on that hill. And from there, broken down JCB, just grass growing around it. We'll get that fixed soon. I can't wait for that to be fixed. All right, let's pull in here. Shut this truck down. Let's jump in this tractor and see what we got for tailings figured out in here. Yeah, 37,000. Okay, so let's get that filling in there. Let's go check the concentrate. Yeah, we got a bunch of pails kicking out here. I missed a bunch with the excavator, obviously. So I'm spilling pay dirt all over the place here. Let's grab this. Let's grab these pails. Jeez, I kind of got everything just in the way here. Can I sneak through? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe I'll leave this trailer down here for now. I want to do some more digging. As much as I want to cut that field and get stuff ready, I still just want to work on the gold mine. Like, that's all just kind of side quest stuff, to be honest. The cattle is something that'll come down the road. But I want to get some gold. We got to get as much gold as we can. Now that we had that $1 million haul, I just want to do like a $2 million haul, but that requires a lot of digging. Crazy amounts of digging. I can't even explain. And I've really dug a big pit in here. So I don't know, we might run or dry before I can get to the $2 million mark with gold, but I mean, that's fine. What if we come up short on that goal and it's another $1 million run? Like I said, we can live with that. So yeah, we'll get the coarse and the fine tailings out of here, and then probably spend the afternoon just back here digging and just waiting. I'll try and get the trommels filled again with coarse and fine tailings, and then next month, once the JCB is fixed, hopefully we can just kind of do some runs with that unit. It's just a little quicker. I'll still leave this trailer down here to fill up, and maybe I can just have like one of these conveyors set up for the coarse, one set up for the fine, and yeah, we'll just make it a little bit better. So let's put that there. Start this unit up. Yeah, they probably could have all fit in the box of the truck, if I'm being honest. Sneak her in here. We'll head back out with this, and then I'll rip down with the side-by-side, I think. Then we'll jump in the tractor, and we'll start doing some runs with the with the trailer to get the coarse and the fine tailings out, and then we're back digging away. It's almost 4 o'clock though, so we got still got lots of work to do the rest of the day here. Yeah, let's get pulled around here. Look at all that gold. That's what we should have grabbed when we were at the store. We should have grabbed a gold safe. Yep. Yep. That's what we should have grabbed when we were up there. I didn't even think of that. Oh well. Drop that guy in there. Those doors opening are annoying me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold it there. It's gonna be what we have to do. There we go. I wonder how much gold we got sitting there. Oh, that's in the gold room right there. Okay, I was just reading the little menu that was telling me what's going on. Concentrate. Alright, let's go see how many jars we got sitting back there. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like... Why is this one just kind of sitting out of the way? Doesn't matter. Yeah, we need a gold safe. Dang, I should have grabbed one when I was up there. Oh well. Just have to make another trip to the store. Maybe next month something will... maybe next month... Or you know what? I'll talk to the mechanic and I'll see if they can bring one out next month when they come down with the parts for the JCB. Yeah, this barn looks good there. I'm glad that's where we put it. Again, I don't know what we'll do in these kind of 2 sections, but we'll figure that out as we go. If we do put another shed down, I'd almost like to do it just kind of along the water like I have that other one. Yeah. So we'll figure it out in time. Still got to park all this equipment away, get it organized. It's a lot of work to do, and it's just a one-man show around here. But okay, I'm going to get this trailer parked away, and then we'll head back. We'll just head down with the side-by-side. I do eventually got to get another truck, though, something that can haul that gooseneck a little bit better, because when we get the cattle, I'm going to want to have some straw so that we can get manure out of there. You know what, that being said, though, maybe what I was thinking is we're going to have to use the gooseneck to go to the store and buy some bales of straw, which is fine. I don't really feel like planting fields of wheat just to get straw, having to buy a combine and all that stuff, and then what are we going to do with the wheat? We'll just buy straw, but also we could just use slurry to fertilize that field. I don't really need it to be manure. So maybe that's just what we'll do. I just won't worry about getting any straw and dealing with manure. Let's head on back down. I do got to kind of clean these roads up. That could be a just before the snow hits type thing with the dozer. Just gonna clear that road up. Let's head back down here. Let's jump in the tractor and at least do a run with some of these tailings. Off we go. 10 trips is about 23,000 bucks. Ooh, this is heavy for this tractor. Yeah, this is about as much as this old tractor can pull. That would be heavy though. Just 37,000 liters of rock. Like, yeah, that would be pretty heavy. Also, too, pending if something was good to come on sale. I mean, when the JCB gets fixed, we could always sell that and try and get ourselves a bigger dump truck. One that, like, really holds some material for the tailings. You know, if we sell the JCB right now, we're going to make zero money for it. Even spending the cash on it, yeah, you know what, it probably is just worth keeping it at that point. The money that we put into it, we might break even when we sell it. So, yeah, it might be best just to keep the old JCB. Alright, let's dump this unit. See how much cash we get. Get some fuel money. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, 2,300 bucks. Not too bad. 2,305. I must have had a couple extra rocks in there. Okay, I'm gonna head on back down, get set up, get the vine tailings out, and then we got some more digging to do. We gotta hop back in the excavator, do some digging. I'm kind of thinking maybe the next time though, I come down with a trailer full, I might just dock the trailer off real quick and we'll park some of that equipment away. I've been saying I'm gonna do it for the last what hour now. So let's get some of that equipment just kind of parked away. We'll put some in the shop if we got to, or down into the new barn. We'll be able to back the baler in there and probably, I think the windrower might fit. I don't know for sure. We'll see if we got to put the windrower in the shop. We will. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of mess around here, get these conveyors set up in these different areas. Let's jump in this. Jump this one out of the way. Get this one fired up. Can we snake her in there? These things are kind of hard to drive around. Definitely don't want to go easily. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Set that guy right there. Okay. Let's spin around with the tractor here. It is kind of tight quarters in here. Not too bad. We in far enough? Not quite. There we go. All right, yeah, let's get some of these fine tailings out of here, and then, like I said, the trommels will be good to go. I should probably try and clean up a little bit around the discharge where the concentrate pops out of. I just missed a bunch of times when I was scooping, trying to go too fast. But yeah, we got a lot of digging left to do. So much. I really can't explain how much digging we have to do down here. But I want to get as much done as I can for the fall. Because what I'm thinking is we should try and buy some cattle in the spring. So if I can get that field cut, I'll get it cut once in September. And then that's probably all I'll get cut. But we can, you know, I mean, we can fertilize it. We can get it all ready for the springtime. That way, once we get some cattle, I could get another good cut off of it. And we'll have more than enough hay. I guess we should go buy some straw bales if I'm going to mix TMR. So we could potentially do that if the mechanic, the mechanic might not be able to bring out a gold safe with him or two. We could always go get a couple, get some straw bales and stuff, and just kind of make a trip up to the store for that. Maybe I'll take the low boy, or the high boy rather, the big truck. Let's get this right full. I know there won't be that much more I can fit. Yeah, there's still 50,000 liters in there. So we'll have to do 2 trips. But yeah, maybe that's what we should do, is just kind of create a list of stuff that I'll need. Now that barn's there, we can store a bunch of the straw bales and get set up to do TMR. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a mixer of some sort, or if I can get down a silo that will kind of mix it itself, that could help. So I'll just have to kind of look into that, see what we can get, see what's going to be the smartest moving forward. And then I can kind of figure out where I'm going to put everything. If we do just buy a mixer, like a tow-behind mixer, one that hooks to the PTO, we can kind of change the layout of how the farm's going to be here. But yeah, it all just depends. If something came good on sale, that would be great. We do still have quite a bit of cash left though, like 440 grand. We can get really set up with what we need. The gold safes are 5 grand a piece, so there goes 10, so we're at 430. A decent mixer is probably going to cost us 30-40 grand, maybe more, but even then we'd still have about 4. We have to buy cattle, which if we buy calves it'll be cheaper, but I would like to buy some mature cattle, something in between, maybe something like 8 months old or something like that, is probably going to be a good place to start, and I'll mix it in with some calves. Straw bales are cheap, real cheap. Yeah, even if we spend about 100, even to 200 grand to get really set up for the cattle, you know, we'll still be chilling. And we got to pay the bill for the final parts and the service. The service is really going to cost the most for the JCB. And even if we ran into a little bit of cash issues or we needed some extra, we could just sell the JCB, even though I don't really want to, but we could sell it and just keep doing our runs with the tractor and the trailer. Let's get some of this farm equipment parked away. Yeah, I don't think the windrower is going to fit. No, the windrower is not going to fit in our shed over here. That's fine, though. We can just kind of put it off to the side somewhere. The tedder can go in. The baler will go in. We can move like our lime spreader and stuff in as well. Ooh, it's pretty tall. Okay, the tedder is in. Let's go grab the baler. Yeah, maybe we'll put another barn, something along the water there. This we can just park wherever, somewhere out of the way. One thing we haven't really been using a lot of lately either is the front loader, though it is nice to have around here for winter time. But even that being said, we could use the dozer to plow some snow if we got to. Yeah, I'm pretty happy where we put the barn. Just don't really know what to do in this area. I want to have some fences kind of along the road, just coming into the main house at some point. Alright, let's snake her in here. And there we go. The baler is in the shop. You know what? Like, will the windrower fit in? Let's drag it over here. It's worth a try, isn't it? Let's go grab this thing. Oof, it is long though. Jeez, I think the answer is no. But we're gonna try. We are going to try. The roller could fit in the barn, which would probably be best if the roller fit in the barn, just because we're not going to use the roller basically that often. It could just sit in there. Like I said, I really don't want to do wheat or anything just to get straw bales. I think we just buy straw bales once a year. We'll head up to the store, get a full trailer load. Gotta concentrate here. Oh. Why is this so difficult for me right now? Not good truck driving skills. Okay. All this and it's not gonna fit. Yeah, it hits. Okay. Well, we know. Now we know. I think we'll just leave it out to the side here and call that a day. Okay, well, I'm gonna just finish doing this real quick, then we'll head back down with the trailer. I'll kind of get that parked out of the way down there, maybe fill the last of the fine tailings into the trailer. I'm not gonna bring it up though. I'm just gonna start digging and all that stuff. So I'll meet you guys back down at the dig site and we'll keep going. Alright, we are just pulling back into the dig site down here. Let's get some fuel in this unit. Okay, that thing is full. Let's pull over here too. If I sit right here, should be able to fuel up this excavator. Although this thing's probably pretty full. Maybe if I twist like this. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Just had to shimmy, shimmy, yaw, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yay. Ah, Wu-Tang. That's ODB. That's ODB. Okay. Okay, let's jump back in this thing and get this thing out of the way. We'll shimmy all this out of here. This thing's awesome though. Okay, so the trommel is full of fuel. We got conveyors everywhere. Side by side is there. We got a broken JCB and a tractor in the bush. I mean, if this isn't a dig site, I don't know what is. So let's get digging. Fine tailings, coarse tailings. Okay, yeah, we'll get all that set up. I'm trying to sit, as always, in the sweet spot, but I think what I'm gonna do is just work on this bank right here, front, just right here. I wish this excavator just had a little more power. It just drags me around so much. There we go. This should be a good scoop. There we go. Sometimes I can't. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell. And then if I miss the trommel, then it just spills all over the ground. Get right down in there. I never really dig from this view. This would be easier to see. Kinda. Let's try some scoops like this. There we go. It's just kind of hard to tell where I'm at. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe. We can reach right across the creek from here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some digging like in this view, I think, for a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. It's almost just better in the cab. Got some tunes going in here. Unless this hits it so we can't get monetized. Okay, we better turn that off just in case. In case YouTube's like, no tunes for you. Like the tune Nazi. Okay. So I've got a lot of digging to do here. As always, we got to get as much pay turned into the trommel as we possibly can. Now that we're down to one trommel, yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit. It's kind of just harder to make lots of the concentrate because I do hit a bit of a bottleneck on this trommel. Although there are a few things that I can try just a little bit to kind of help out. For example, just if you guys are playing the game and you want some help, what you can do if you find that your production facilities are going too slow, if you increase your time just slightly, it does help with the productions just to kind of go faster. So like, I wonder if I can get this thing full and then I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to turn my time down to half time, and we'll try and get this thing right full. Okay. So much we have to dig. There's so much that we have to dig. Gotta try and dig fast so that I can fill this trommel. Okay, so yeah, we got no extra pay dirt in there. But if I speed my time up, it'll eat it through a little bit quicker. So let's go in here and just see. So now I'm at ×3 time. I bet you this thing will be, or here, let's just take it right down again there. We'll go right down to 0 time. And so, oh no, see, I missed some of it. Oh, that's right, there's still some in the bucket. We can clean this up though. We'll clean this up, Oh. Get that cleaned up. Just go into the earth a little bit there, get that cleaned up. So if I sit right over top of this thing, I think I'm right over top. It's going to tell me there's no spare capacity for the pay dirt. And if you look up to the right-hand corner, it's the right-hand corner. It's because I have 0 time. Time is like not moving. I've stopped time. Albert Einstein. We're moving at the speed of light right now. But then as I turn the time up, now it's going to start going in there. If I crank this time, it'll massively go faster. So it's just kind of like one little way if you guys are doing it on your farm. And you need to just kind of speed up your productions just a little bit. Like if your time is moving faster, your productions will speed up. Relative, obviously, to that's just in the time of day because all the productions are geared to work in like a 24-hour period, so to speak. So if we get to the point where the trommel is like starting to bottleneck a little bit, which will happen, since it can only hold, I'm just gonna speed my time up 1 more. I'll put it to ×2, and that'll help. So that way you can kind of get away without having to have 2 trommels. Okay, we are digging away now. All right, I'm gonna just keep digging here. I'm gonna dig for the next little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna dig just till I kind of get sick of digging, to be honest, really. Like, if I jump, let's jump into this mode real quick. I think I'm just gonna try and work the bank right along here, kind of come back to where I spilled a bunch of pay dirt from before. Like, you know, when I had the trommels here, I had a bunch of pay dirt that I spilled around. Yeah, I'm just gonna dig in probably so that it kind of matches this little area right here. Because I should be able to reach, even if I sit with my tracks right in this area, I should still be able to reach that trommel. And yeah, we'll go to town getting some pay dirt out here just before it is time to call it for the evening. So I think I've dug as much as I feel like digging for tonight. It is kind of starting to get a little bit darker out. And yeah, I'm just sick of digging in that pit, so I'm just clearing off some of the coarse tailings right now. I just did the fine tailings. There's going to be still some more left in there because I think holds 50,000. They're like 49,000 liters, but we'll take this, haul back up. But there's going to be a ton of pay dirt there, a ton. So we'll come in the morning. I'll come down with the Dodge and the trailer, and I'll load up the Dodge and the trailer, and then we'll bring it back to the gold room. I talked to the mechanic. He's not going to be able to bring out any of the gold safes, which, whatever, that's not that big a deal. He just got room on the service truck, which is fine. So in the morning, once I get all the pay or the last of the fine tailings out, or sorry, the last of the coarse tailings out, I'll probably just honestly park this trailer there and just let it fill up, and yeah, it'll be what it'll be. But I'll take down that little trailer, come back, we'll drop off all the pay dirt into the gold room, and then we'll probably load up. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the big truck with like the high boy or low boy, and we'll get a couple safes, and then I'm also gonna get is like a bunch of square bales, just straw square bales, so I can throw into the storage for the cattle because we're going down with the trip. Might as well take a truck and try and get as much stuff as I can. I'm gonna keep thinking too if there's anything else I need while I'm there. We'll see. I don't really think there is, but yeah, I'll just think about it, through the night and into the morning and stuff, just to see if there's anything else around here that I need. Again, I can't really think of anything, but once we get back, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do a little turn down service here out at the dig site. I'm gonna get the excavator shut down and just kind of parked away. Not really gonna do too much to it, but yeah, just kind of gonna get parked, get set up for the morning. I'll take what I can back with the side by side of pay dirt. I think I can fit like 5 or 6 pails in there. But yeah, I'll take what I can back, and we'll go from there. Actually, I might just move this little unit right now. Actually, spin around. We'll load some pails together here. We'll load some pails. Oh yeah, we got some pay dirt chilling out there. I missed the hopper a couple times here, but yeah, it didn't go too bad. I just slid those up to the front like a pro. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit 3 sideways in there. Come on now. I think if I do that, can I fit one in this corner up here? Kinda. Can we do that? Yeah, we'll call that good. We'll call that good for right now. Bunch more will be popping out of there. Let's just bring, oh. Shut that down for the night, and yeah, I've dug down. You can see down in there just all the different pits. I gotta like try and clean all that up, scrape the bottom, finish kind of scraping this edge off. I've basically backed up into the hill as far as I can, so then I'll just kind of shimmy over this way to the left, keep doing that same kind of pattern right till I'm right tight to the trommel again, and yeah, we'll just be giving her. But the trommel's going good right now. All right, let's jump in this unit and we'll head back up. Ooh, can I get past over here? Let's go jump in this tractor. See if I could spin right around. I kind of got these set up in a somewhat decent spot. I'm just gonna leave it right there for right now. No sense getting all backed in. JCB will be fixed tomorrow, which is nice, which is super nice. I'll be able to have like the JCB backed up to the fine tailings and the tractor hooked up to the coarse tailings. It'll just be kind of nice. It'll be kind of nice for emptying those out. But let's head up to the gold room here. We'll dump this off for the evening. Then I'm gonna go in, have some food. Oh yeah, yeah, we need a gold safe. We got some gold in there. Nice. Out here. Let's get backed in. And there we go. And there we go. Shut this for the night. Pull the old side by side around here. And park this unit right here. All right, folks. Y'all have a good evening. I'll see you guys in the morning. We will be doing a bunch more digging, and I want to just I got a good system going down there right now. We've got enough room that we can kind of spin over with that excavator, and like I was just reaching the trommel where I was at. So now that when we move kind of to the left a little bit more, once I clean that kind of creek bed up, we'll be able to dig quite a bit where I've got everything set up, which is nice. So yeah, eat some food, get a good sleep, get up nice and early, and we got lots to do tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome to September. Just headed back down to the dig site here with the truck. I'm going to load up some of our pay dirt. But yeah, it's just after 8 here. I slept good, and I'm excited to get back to work out here. Now, brought the truck down. I don't know if I'll be able to fit everything in the box of the truck, but I figured I would try. Yeah, I just came straight into the house, and I was like, you know what, let's just see if we can jam the Dodge full of this. So what do we got on the go for today? Well, we obviously want to keep digging down here. Oh my god, there's lots of pay dirt. I guess there should have been, like, the amount, or sorry, there's lots of concentrate. The amount that I dug was just ridiculous. But we want to do more digging. We definitely want to do more digging. I want to get, obviously, as much concentrate into the gold room as possible. That's the name of the game. The JCB is going to get fixed today. I've already talked to the people at the warehouse. Mechanic is coming out. He's just got to stop to do at the sawmill real quick, and then he'll be headed our way, which is fine. I want to head into the store at some point. I want to get a couple safes, gold safes. I'll probably get 2. Last time we had 2, so I think I'll just start with that, and then if I need to get 1, look at that. Did that all just fit in there? Look at us go. Yeah, I think I'll just start with 2. Strap everything down. Can I get out this way? Yeah. We'll start with 2 because there's going to be a bunch of gold jars that I want to kind of get cleaned up in that area. You know, just get it into the safe. It's a little bit easier to manage, and it's easier to keep track, like just what's going on. So we'll do that. Once we're up at the store, we're going to take the big truck in with the highboy, and we'll grab, or the gooseneck trailer. And we're also going to get some, I'm going to buy some straw bales just while we're up there. Because I really want to keep focusing on our transition to a farm out here. You know, we've struck it pretty good with gold. Like, I mean, we made over $1 million with gold. Like, that's pretty crazy. And while that's great, I definitely want to, you know, there's going to get to a point where farming's just going to kind of be something that we kind of just move into. And plus, you know, that like we're running out of spots to dig back there a little bit. Like I kind of am starting to worry. Like I said, that we're getting lots of fine and coarse tailings. Like we could be starting to run that well dry, which I've said a bunch of times. I'm gonna quit saying it, or at least for the rest of this episode. Yeah. All right. Is this gonna work? Oh my hot dang! That worked out pretty good. Backed in just enough. Okay, let's shut this. Let's shut this. But yeah, I definitely want to transition our you know, our land out here into the farm. So I really want to focus on that over this next month. You know, really, right through the fall. I really want to get the barn and stuff dialed in. Obviously now, let's go check on our field real quick here. We could get a cut off of this field. Oh yeah, look at that. Needs lime. Okay. It's only 50% fertilized? Jeez. Good lord. Well, screwed that up. Oh well, that's fine. We'll get a decent cut off this, and I think I'll do hay first. Yeah, I'll do hay first, and then we probably won't get another cut this year. Maybe in November. I don't know. It just depends on the weather out here. But we probably won't get another cup. But I think I'll do hay first and get that stored away. The nice thing is this barn that we set down, obviously we can store the bales in there, which is great. It's really great. And then in the springtime, I'll probably do some silage. And we'll have our straw bales so that we can mix TMR. And I really want to get cattle in the springtime. That's going to be the main goal. So through the fall here, through September and October, we're just going to be digging like crazy. We'll try and get as much gold out of the ground as we possibly can, and then by springtime, I'm gonna really kind of let's tone back on the gold side of things, and we're really gonna lean into the farm. Got the tractor backed up. I think it's pulling out coarse tailings. You know how many times I've done this, and I can't remember which side is which. I'm pretty sure this is coarse tailings. Let's see. Yes, yeah, the coarse tailings. So I just got this sitting here. We're half full in that trailer. Let's go get the excavator fired up. And yeah, we're just going to kind of keep digging here. Let's get this thing fired up. I'll let it run and just idle for a little bit. This thing's been pretty good. Pretty not too bad, I would say so. 385, I mean, a 385 is a big unit. It really is. That's a big excavator. I don't even know if I've seen a 385 in real life. Well, maybe. Maybe. A 330 Cat is probably mostly what I see. 300 series. But yeah. So, we're going... I'm just going to let that run for a little bit here. I kind of just want to get this fuel truck pulled out of the way. Oh. This thing still doesn't want to start. Guess we shouldn't even try. Let's jump in the fuel truck here. Can I get into it from this side? Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get this out of the way for when the mechanic shows up. I'll just kind of back this out of the way. Pull this right up in the bush out of here. But the JCB will be going, which will be awesome. Spend a little bit of money there, but I mean, we're really just styling right now. We don't really need to buy anything other than just like miscellaneous stuff around the farm, consumables, and cattle. But once we get this winter, let's run the hydraulics here a little bit. Once we get this winter done, or the fall rather of digging, when the ground starts to freeze up, I don't want to dig too much out here. It's just way harder than it needs to be. But we'll have a good gold haul for the springtime, and then once that hits, we'll be just rich cattle farmers without even having to do anything. It'll be awesome. No. It'll be lots of work once we get the cattle. Obviously, farming will take up a big portion of our time, so the gold will just naturally have to kind of just be put, not on the back burner, but we just won't have as much time to dedicate to digging and stuff, which is fine. We don't have to go to any auctions this spring, I don't think. Now that we got enough cash, and once we sell, like I said, once we get another kind of sale of the gold, I'm just gonna buy stuff brand new, not worry about going to the auctions. Let's maybe see. I'm like kind of far away. Let's see if I could just shimmy here a little bit. I'll shimmy over just a touch. I kind of want this right track almost kind of in line with where we were digging. Right about there. Alright. How are we looking there? Not bad. Not bad. So yeah, I'm just gonna dig away here. You guys have seen me dig a million times here. I'm gonna get this bank cleared up. I'm probably gonna pull the bank. Most of the concentrate I found is like right on the edge of the bank. As I kind of dig deeper into this, it's not as much. Like I find that I get the most right out of here, most pay dirt right out of the edge. There we go. Oh. But we've got lots to do this episode. We really do. We have lots to do kind of for the next little bit here. Like, I want to get out and cut that field. So I'm just going to dig for probably like an hour or so here. like I said, I want to get that field cut and baled. That's going to take some time. I'm going to do that once like the mechanic is going to be coming out here. So like I said, he was going to the sawmill first thing. Figured he'd be there a couple hours. I'm just going to dig here for probably like an hour or so. Get as much as I can in, and then I'm going to fire up the big truck, get it warmed up and all that stuff. Am I going to dump it on the ground there? Yeah, I knew I was too far away. Get that fired up, and we'll head into town and spend some cash. So I'll kind of bring you guys back in about an hour or so, and yeah, we'll go get rocking.
So I'm just headed to the store now. It's 10 o'clock. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but it's not that big a deal. Gonna head up to the store and just continue on as planned. We gotta get the gold safes. We've got to get straw. I'm hoping I can get like, I don't know. You can get packs of 8 bales, or you can get orders of 8. So I'm gonna try and fit 24 on here with the gold safes, kind of like up on the upper deck there, upper decker. And yeah, we'll go from there. One thing I gotta get, and I can't forget, and I was thinking about it, is I gotta get a bale spike for the front loader. We could use the lift wood kind of mod thing. Oh, she's raining. But I think a bale spike will be a little bit easier to use with that front loader. It's kind of my plan. I don't know. We'll see. My barges went by. Nice, nice. There we go. Yeah, so heading up to the store. I'll kind of save you guys the ferry ride. I'll get up there. I'll get the straw and stuff ordered. I'll probably get it all. Get the crew up there to load it up. We'll get the bale spike, and then yeah, we got to head back to the farm. And there's a bunch I want to do. The mechanic is going to be coming out, so I'm going to stay out of the dig area for the rest of the day, probably till the JCB's done. But that's fine, because we got a bunch of field work that I want to get doing. I want to cut that field and get some bales going. I want to get some bales loaded into the barn and stuff, and then like I said, we'll kind of keep prepping our bales, get silage and stuff set, and then we got to get some cattle. So yeah, looking forward to it, and I'll meet you guys at the store. Just pulling back into the farm here. It's pouring rain, jeez. I'm just going to pull right here, I think. And I think this will be a good spot to unload, so we can unload some of those bales right into the barn there. So let's get this done. I'll drop down these, and we can shut this truck off real quick. Let's run over and get the front loader, and I'll show you guys what I did with the bale spike. I just dropped the beaver tails, and I had the boys jam that bale spike into the back bale. And I think it'll work good. Let's get this thing all fired up. Yeah, we're going to drop this liftwood. Liftwood attachment off. Yeah, I just had them jam it in the back bale, because the way that they got loaded up, I'm thinking I'll be able to just, well, I'm hoping I'll be able to just kind of scoop, back off the beaver tails and go. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how it goes down here. Yeah, geez, this weather isn't really cooperating for us. Hopefully it, well, no, let's check the weather real quick here. What's supposed to be going on with the weather? I mean, it's supposed to get nice. What are we talking about here? Okay, it'll get nice here soon. Hopefully it is. The mechanical want to work faster if it's nice out. No one likes to work fast in the rain, that's for sure. Okay, so here's my thoughts, right? Will this work out? Maybe, but it's us, so maybe not. Go and get straight onto it here. Well, my only worry, I gotta try and keep this. It's gonna be tricky going up the beaver tails here. Easy, easy. Just give her a little tilt and a little up more. Oh, it's because we fell off that one ramp. Oh, let's tilt her back. Drop her down. Easy. Gotta just hold my tongue out just right. Okay, that worked not too bad. I mean, it worked pretty good. Out of 10, that's probably like a 7.5. Maybe even an 8. Oh man. Okay, we have a slight issue here. Okay, I didn't even really think about this too much. When I seen this, I definitely thought this was like bale storage, but I think this is just the bale drop off, you know? Oh, I kind of thought you could just store bales in there and then you'd be able to pull them out and you'd have to like, you know, kind of get them into like a mixer of some type, break the bales apart. But it looks like that unit will just take bales, you know, just as it is, which is nice, but we're going to get a mixer anyways. So, well, that kind of sucks. Well, I got to be careful then here. I got to rethink this a little bit, because I don't want to put all these straw bales in. I wanted to put some in for manure, obviously. Oh, that didn't work too good. Okay. All right, we have a slight issue here, everybody. I think it'll work better once I can get, like, up the ramp, you know? And I'm not, like, right on the edge of everything. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to do a little bit of a pivot and get some sort of a bale storage facility down. Where are we going to put it? I mean, I guess we could kind of put it right by the dozer there. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do, because I want to store these bales for mix and TMR, right? Like, as much as I want to use slurry and stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Go higher, that's the problem. All right, well, we'll put a little bit in here for manure. And then let's go in and let's go see what we can get for a bale storage unit. Let's just go into our build mode here. Yeah, I'm thinking like right here will be fine. I don't really think... Yeah, I don't really want to mess around over there. We'll just put it over here. We got tons of room. Okay, what can we get here? It'll be in silos. There's this unit. It's kind of big. You know, it's kind of big. What else can we get in here? What's this? I mean, this doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. We got to do some terraforming work, which is like not that big a deal, right? Something like right there would probably be good. Let's drop that down right there. And then let's just see if we can... Let's get out of that. Can we soften this out a bit? We'll soften that out a little bit. And then we'll build it up a little bit here. Just a little bit. Kind of bring it out. Yeah, it looks like it dips over here. Let's drop this down. Let's give that a smooth. That's not too bad. Let's go take a look at this unit. Yeah, that'll be fine. Storage is empty. Yeah, well, you wait. All of that? Look at that picket fence door we got there. High security here at Bale Storage. Yeah, that'll be fine. I think that'll work just fine for us. Oh. Alright then. We got to get this trailer unloaded. Hopefully, I mean, the mechanic said he'd be here at noon, so should be getting here any minute. I'm just going to kind of keep plugging away here. I'll get this trailer unloaded for us, or at least I think I will. Yeah, see, once I get past this little part, yeah, I always think I'm up high enough, and I'm not. There we go. Yeah, let's get this trailer offloaded. Hopefully by then the mechanic will be here, and you know, now that the rain is quit, we can go through and we'll look at that field, and that'll be our next step. You know what I mean? Which I'm really excited for. Cutting and baling our first field. We've got that wicked baler we can use. We've got our awesome trailer here, just itching to get some bales off. We now have a new bales storage facility, which is awesome. Still got 250 grand. We also got to get the safes off at some point. Okay, I'm just holding my tongue out on this one. Oh, Hopefully by the end of it, I'll be able to just back off those beaver tails real good, but probably not. All right, I'm gonna keep plugging away here, and I'll bring you back once we're kind of getting ready to cut our field for the first time, which I'm excited for. Well, I just met with the mechanic. He's here. He's giving her. He's working on the JCB. Tells me it'll be fixed by the end of the day. He says it doesn't really take that long. Just a couple hours to throw the parts in. It's not that big a deal. He's going to change the oil in it while he's down there, which is nice. Do filters and stuff. I just went down there to grab this tractor, and I figured I'd pull, you know, a load of fine tailings out of the trommel. So I'm going to dump this. And then we're going to hook the mowers on. Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be great. Ever since the beginning of this series, I always just couldn't wait till we gold mined enough so that we could build a farm and get some cattle. And I'm really looking forward to this right now. Like, obviously the gold mine is awesome, but I really wanted that to be, you know, what funded our farm. And it has. Like, it really has, you know. I think as we're sitting right now, we've got just about $500,000 in gold ready to go. Now that there's still some pay dirt down there and such, actually. Or yeah, let's bring this over. I still got some pay dirt and stuff that I got to bring up to the gold room. But yeah, we got like $500,000 in gold, just chilling. And once the JCB's fixed, and like once we get some hay and stuff, all set for, you know, the incoming cattle. We'll be back down there, just digging away, absolutely digging away. I was gonna wait till spring to get cattle, but I kind of want to get them sooner rather than later, you know, just because we can, and I'm just like itching for it. And now that we can, you know, we can cut and bale, we've got everything set up, the field's good to go. I'm excited to do it. So we'll take a little break from gold mining. We'll go get back to farming, you know. And then we'll go back down and we'll dig some more gold. And I think we'll get about another $1 million in gold, I think, is what we'll get out of that dig site. Let's back up here. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, I'm excited just to use all the equipment that we got. Can't wait to get cattle. We're super set up. We got our sheds that we built. Like, I mean, we built this. Like, we cut down trees and we built this. Like, we didn't build that stuff back there, you know. We didn't do everything, but we really built quite a bit here. All right, let's get this out. Let's get our GPS set. What do we do? Want to do one headland? You know, yeah, let's do two. Yeah, let's do two. It'll give us some extra space to turn around. Okay. Oh my god, we're cutting our first field. Unbelievable. I still remember how to do this. I guess the GPS will help us out. Right on, alright. We're cutting our first field. I can't wait. Unbelievable. The boys at the sawmill will be proud of us today, I think. Maybe not, who knows. What a beautiful field as well. We really couldn't have picked a better backdrop for this farm. Look at that farm. This was just trees when we first got here. Look at us now. Alright, well, let's get this field done. I think we're going to do hay. Right? I think we'll do hay for our first bunch. Next cut we'll do silage, and then we'll just get back to gold mining. Then we can get our, we'll get some sort of a TMR mixer. We got a bunch of straw. I didn't actually unload that whole trailer with the front loader, because I remembered now that we got that, I could just pull through the drop-off area. So I literally unloaded those bales that fell off and just jumped in the truck and drove to the drop-off point. Let's see if we can make this corner. Go. And we're off. We're off like a herd of turtles. All right, let's get this field worked. Let's get some baling done. I'm going to time-lapse a bit of us cutting it and maybe getting the tedder on. And then I'll probably bring you back once we start to bale is what I'm thinking. But yeah, let's get this field cut. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Well, I mean, other than my awful windrowing skills, I don't think I've ever used that particular windrower before. I just wasn't used to the way that it works. But you gotta kind of like, I don't know. That feels a little bit of a mess. All right, it's a bit of a mess, but it'll get bailed. But yeah, you gotta like work the windrow back on itself, so like you kind of make bigger windrows. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's bail though. Like this is what it's all about. Now let's go in here and let's set the bale sizes to, let's just do 150s. Even if we got some, yeah, let's just do 150s, I think. All right. Oh, we are off. Silage additive, that's definitely something I'm gonna have to get. So I gotta kind of work this outside because I did make windrows. They were pretty bad. And it didn't really catch, like even when I had the GPS on, it didn't really catch the edge of the field that well. Like, there's some spots out there that's missed. I'm gonna go back and get those because it is like its own little row. So I'll go back once we're done at the end, because usually you get to the end of a bale, or you get to the end of baling and there's like a little bit left in the chamber. It's just not super great. Yeah, that's my plan. But yeah, we're baling. We are officially baling. Look at that. Is automatic drop on? It is. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Let's set the cruise here so I can just give her. Right on, team. I haven't checked in on the mechanic in a while, which is fine, but I haven't heard anything either, so usually no news is, we're going to consider good news. Yeah, that's a pretty thick windrow. Yeah, I got to get better with that windrower, that's for sure. But, you know, first time you do anything, you never really get at it. But we'll get her. We'll get her. Eventually we'll get her. See if I can kind of just sneak through here and grab that little bunch there. Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to go through, get all these rows done. We'll see how many bales we get off this field. These windrows should definitely pop out some pretty quick bales. Like we're getting quite a bit of hay per pass here. I think I'm just gonna leave these little spots and I'll go through at the end and grab them, unless it's kind of easy in the oh yeah, this is a fatty windrow. Yeah, we'll just be smoking through these bales. But all right, there we go, our first set of bales. Not too bad. All right, I'll bring you back once this field is good to go. Here we go. A field of bales, kind of like a field of dreams, just a little bit different. No, it's the same. This is our dream. This is our dream. Let's go through. Stoked we got this trailer. Now, I probably won't even store these bales, I don't think. Let me just actually hop out here real quick. Let's go look and let's see how many liters we get. Where are we at? 9,500 liters per bale. So this like cut, we might be able to just put straight into the barn, and that'll load the barn up pretty good. Because like I don't really want us to get a crazy amount of cattle. You know, we don't need to. One, they're gonna end up breeding kind of on their own, and two, I just kind of wanted maybe like 50 or 60 head. That's probably gonna be good. At least for this year, and then maybe in the springtime what we can do is go clear some trees and make a bit of a pasture kind of up into the hills a little bit more. That way in the summer they can go kind of graze, but at least we got like a winter barn and pasture set up for them, you know, that we can feed. But yeah, I think I'll just put this haul straight into, yeah, I think I'll just put this right in there. I don't know though, we'll see. This is quite a bit of liters of hay, you know, for like 50 or 60 head, and then there will be a little bit of meadow for them to eat, but we are kind of getting to the end of the year. I mean, it is September right now. I bet most cattle would be getting pulled off their pasture in what, October, November-ish, probably from November to April for sure. They would be in winter barns, I guess, depending where you live. But let's pull over. Yeah, let's just dump all this in. We'll dump all this in, and hopefully the mechanic's done. Although I am getting hungry. Might have to kind of go in for a little bit of food here after all this work. But we do have to get that field limed. I noticed that when we hopped out that that field does need lime. So I kind of want to work on that, get it prepped a little bit. Is this going to work? Are we going to run into anything weird here? I should pull ahead just a little bit till it tilts. There we go. Let's back in now. Yeah, we'll back in just a little bit more. That should have worked, right? Right? Or is it just taking a second here? No, it's saying there's no food in there. Is this just for straw? This might be just for straw. Well, I guess we do got some bale storage. Okay, I guess this is just for straw, and we're gonna have to dump the food in this intake. I kind of thought it would be both, to be honest. Right? I mean, this took bales, right? There's 45,000 liters of straw in there. All right, well, no worries. We still got the bale spike and stuff, so we can come over here and we can move some of that stuff around. And it's out of the elements for now, so I'm not too worried about that. We can get that sorted after. Let's get this put away, and then I think what I'm going to do is go lime that field. Yeah, I think I'll just wait on some food, and we'll go get some food, maybe. Yeah, I'll just wait till supper time, to be honest. Is this thing going to get... There we go. There we go. Where should I park this unit? I mean, we got all the room in the world. Could park it in there. I could move the excavator or something around. I think I'll just bring it up over here by the sawmill for now. And we'll call that good. And then we'll go get hooked onto the lime spreader, and we'll get some lime down on that field. Which will kind of be the next steps. I would like to get some fertilizer on it as well. It's probably only 50% fertilized, and I think it was only 50% fertilized before for some reason. I don't know why. Like, did I just forget to do it? I must have. Must have. Now, what is in this unit is really what the question is here. Probably not going to hook onto it from there. Lime. Okay, we do got some lime in here. Maybe we should spin around and just get filled right up. There we go. We are full. Okay, I think I'm going to turn some GPS on for this, though. But show the lines. There we go. There we go. We'll get some lime down on this field. Let me just make sure. I'm just going to jump out. Yeah, that's good. And we're 50% fertilized. Okay. Well, off we go. Yeah, I'll get this field all set, and then hopefully the mechanic will be done. One thing I want to do towards the end of today, before we run out of daylight, is I would like to go get all of the gold into the gold safes. It's kind of just piling up over there a little bit, so yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to go get the gold in there, and that's kind of what we'll do towards the end of the day. Fill up those gold safes, get the kind of like discharge area or the output area cleared off, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so the field is limed. It's fertilized. I'm just going to leave fertilizer in this unit. I got a pallet of lime just kind of sitting there. I had to unload it out of there, so I kind of try and not remember or not forget that. Maybe what I should do here. It is kind of hidden in that bush. I'm just going to give it a little push here, so I don't forget. Next time I go, I do got some lime sitting there that I got to use up. Okay, though, you know, it's the sun is about to set. It's 5:30. The mechanic is out of here, done and dusted. I'm gonna pull. Actually, we'll go park in this barn over here. Done and dusted, and we got to send in the final payment, which is just over 18,000 bucks. But the JCB is up and running. We're not gonna go back down to the dig site today. Yeah, we'll leave that parked in there. Probably should give that thing a wash. It probably needs fuel as well too. But the JCB is good to go. Okay, let's go in and let's take off our extra. I think it was 18,100. Should be good to go. There we go. The JCB is fixed. We still got 277,000, almost 278,000 bucks. What a day. We got lots done. Did some running around. We got this field cut and then limed and fertilized. 100% fertilized. It is good to go. Very excited. Very excited. And I'm just going to head over, run into the brushes a bunch there. Going to head in here where I put these. And I'm going to grab some of our jars of gold and get these filled up. This will take a little bit of time. Really can only do one at a time. Unless I can, like... The thing is, I kind of built these walls a little too tight in here, you know? So it's like, it was hard to get these in here. I just kind of shoved them in and, yeah. But I probably should have built this a little bit bigger. Actually, I'm going to turn on super strength for that. There we go. But yeah, this is going to be the long kind of process of getting all these gold in these safes. And then tomorrow, once we wake up tomorrow, now that we got our fields cut, what I'll probably end up doing is buy some cattle once I wake up in the morning and then head on back down to the dig site. Actually, no. I wake up tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in the front loader. I'm going to head over. I'm going to move those bales, or at least some of them, into the barn. I'm going to keep watching the sales to see if what was I going to buy? I'd say, oh yeah, mixer. Hopefully a mixer comes on sale. I mean, we don't have any silage yet, so we can't mix any TMR, but I definitely want to feed the animals TMR. That's going to be the next goal. So tomorrow we'll wake up, get the bales kind of all set. We'll buy some cattle, get some cattle in there, and then we'll go back down to the dig site and we'll just start giving her. I'll take the tractor back down with the trailer so that we can get the coarse and fine tailings out. I'll get the JCB fired up. All right, don't know if it's got fuel in it, but we have our fuel truck down there. So we'll get the JCB just fueled up and ready to rock, and then that'll be good because we'll be able to park that under one of the tailings, whether it's the coarse or the fine, tractor and trailer under the other. And then once it comes, like once the pay dirt gets full in there, or the tailings get full and the pay dirt, you can't take any more in, we'll be able to offload quick. It'll be awesome. How full is this thing getting? I bought three with the hopes of being able to fill 3, but I mean, how much is in this one? 39,000. I think they hold 100,000 each. I mean, if we can have 300,000, that's going to be pretty not too bad. All right, well, I'm going to keep plugging away at this. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you in the morning, and we'll get back to doing chores. All right, everybody, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I got the dig site set up down here. I wanted to show you guys real quick. I want to get out of this rain, but I just wanted to show you the setup that we got going on here. We've got the tractor here getting out the coarse, or sorry, this one's taking out the fine tailings. Looks like there's a little bit more in there that I can get out. Jump back over there, and we got the JCB is up and running. How you doing? And I got him set up right here. Just pull ahead, and yeah, getting some tailings out. And then I got the Dodge backed in over here as well, and the Dodge is just scooping pay dirt. We got a fine oiled machine down here, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. This thing, we're just rocking. Dodge is giving her. Now, I didn't do all this pay dirt this morning, but we got quite a bit going on right here. Or this concentrate, rather. 3,000 liters per. So, what do we got in here? Looks like one's kind of in the slip tank. That's okay. We'll let this slide for a little bit, you know, just because I want to get as much in here as I can. Also, okay, how do you put the chainsaw here? I don't need, like, I'm looking up in the menu right now. Dodge. Man, someone please put in the comment section can you put your chainsaw right there? Like that little glowing. Let me move this one out of the way. Like, can I have the chainsaw just chilling in the back here? Just pushing buttons and it's jumping me around. Anyways, sidetrack there. I don't know how to do it. Please, someone help me. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 27,000 liters. 27,000 liters of concentrate in there, which is awesome. And, yeah. I mean, much we got in the JCB here? It's half full, just about half full. How's this trailer looking? Just over half full. Okay, you know. I got these conveyors sitting. I was kind of thinking of what I might do, though it would be a bit much, but I was thinking maybe I could use the conveyors to get some of the manure out of the heap, maybe. I know there's a trigger and stuff there, but you know. Okay, let's get back in here. What a beautiful morning though, hey? Beautiful October morning. We're just digging up a storm, trying to pull pay dirt out. I'm happy right now because the excavator is just like where I'm able to dig right now. It's just an awesome little spot. What I mean by that is like I've got just kind of a perfect little spot here where I can dig, and the trommel is right here. And sometimes what happens is you know, like remember when we were sitting way far away from it? It's kind of hard to scoop and it's kind of hard to see. Well, for a change, we're in just like a sweet spot. Which I guess we kind of always could have been, but it would have just meant moving the trommel way more times than we did. There we go. So we're just giving her. We're just giving her here. I'm gonna dig for a few hours here, I think. Down here, probably till I get hungry and I gotta go up for some food. I'll probably dig till around lunch, but also what'll probably end up happening is like with the coarse tailings and the fine tailings and all that stuff. The trommel will probably fill up by it's 9 o'clock now. I'm thinking maybe like if I keep digging heavy, maybe 10:30. So yeah, it should work out pretty good. I'm thinking I'll have to do a trip back and forth. Excuse me, sorry. With both the tractor and the JCB to get the tailings out, and then come back, dig for another, you know, bit, whatever, a couple hour or so, hour and a half. If they fill up again, I'll take another load up to the house, have some lunch, and then I want to get some cattle. It was raining here this morning. It's still raining a little bit. It's starting to taper off, but I want to get some of that hay moved around. I kind of just pushed the hay deep into that bale shed, and I parked the front loader there just kind of inside that bale shed as well. But I want to get some hay into the shed or into the barn rather, and then we got to get some cattle. We got to get some cattle. So we got to go over there. We got to order up some cattle. Now, I don't know how many head I'm going to start with. Oh, hitting buttons here. Let's back up here. I swear, I like fat thumb buttons more than anybody, right? Like, I've got to be the person that fat thumbs the most buttons. So I don't know how many cattle, just right back to it. Yeah, I don't know how many cattle we should start with. I was kind of thinking maybe around, no, I know, I just figured out exactly how many we're going to start with. We're going to start with what we always kind of start with animals. Oh, I got to push my button back on there. We'll get 24. We'll get 24. And if you've been around this channel long enough, you'll know why we're going to get 24 cattle to start with. And if you do know, put it in the comment section. If you do know why we're going to start with 24 cattle, and you've been around this channel long enough why we like to start with 24, put it in the comment section. I'll pin it. You'll be the top comment. Yeah, that's what we're going to do on this one. But we're getting 24. So we'll get 24 head of cattle, and then we'll get rocking. I'm thinking we're just going to go with Angus, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Probably just Angus. I mean, we could do something with milk production, get some cattle. We'll just see. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a little mix. It doesn't really matter. I didn't really want to deal with dairy cows, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's not like we're building the dairy empire. We already did that once, which was a fun series. If any of you are new to the channel and you didn't see that series, our Tassie Farms Dairy Empire, that was a pretty fun one. I really like that map. We should almost revisit that map. You know, I've kind of thought of it though. Like I've looked at that map just like off camera, if you will, and like where we built the farm on that map was just like my favorite part on the map. So even if we went back there, like I don't even know where we would do another farm. I don't know. I just like that spot. Of all the spots, I like that one. It's because that map is awesome. I really like it. I like maps that are kind of smaller. They got trees. You can kind of just have your own little farm kind of secluded away. I like maps like that. I don't like maps that are just there's like 100 fields and they're all jammed side by side and it's like you're almost farming in the middle of a city. It's just not really my vibe. Um, but the only thing that sucks with that map is every field has telephone poles that go through the middle of it. I guess you know what though. Now we could do a series where we are. I could use a lot of course play and then that would you know, the AI workers wouldn't get so jammed up around the poles and stuff. But like, I remember in that series when we would hire workers to do it and let them cultivate a field or something, and then come back, they're wrapped around a telephone pole, and the one guy burnt like 3/4 of a tank of fuel just sitting there revving it, just sitting there gunning it. Tassie Farms, not a bad map. Not a bad map at all. Okay. I'm really trying to dig the side over here just so I don't... It's really causing me to twist around. Maybe I should do... Twist our tracks just a little bit. Something like that. That should help. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep digging here. I'll bring you guys back just kind of like as the morning progresses here. And then we'll get on to moving some hay around and getting some cattle. All right, we just finished having a little bit of lunch here. I'm gonna head back down to the dig site and I'm gonna grab the Dodge. Let's cruise on down there. We're gonna grab the Dodge and then I'm gonna come up. There's a bunch of concentrate in the Dodge, so I wanna bring it up to the gold room. We've got some fog still coming here. It's because of that morning rain. This dew. We'll grab the Dodge, head back up, drop the concentrate off in the gold room. Let's just back this out of the way. Jump out. Yeah, everybody's just giving her. The tailings are getting kind of full. The trailer is pretty full. Alright, strap this guy down. So we'll come back down with the Dodge. And then we'll grab the tractor after. We'll go drop those tailings. And... I'll just wait on the JCB. JCB can fill up a little bit more. I think the trommels basically ran through what it's able to run through, so... I think this is the last little bit of pay dirt. Oh, got a jar of gold in there. How we doing? Maybe we should clear some of these trees with the dozer just to make a little bit better of a spot for us to back in here. I was kind of scared that was going to happen, so we might have to do this. Look at us go. There's no more stuck in there, is there? Nope. That's everything. Alright, let's jump out. Let's close this up. And let's head back down and grab the tractor. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll clean that up with the dozer a little bit. We'll save that for another time. Maybe even in through here. Make the road a little bit better. But we're giving her. That's quite a bit of concentrate we just put in the gold room, so I'm pretty excited on that. Now that this rain... Oh, we almost put the Dodge in the drink there. That would have been bad. Just like this. Yeah, let's keep risking it. Oh, there's one more pail there. That's okay. We'll get it after. We'll get it after. I want to take this tractor up. Let's just make sure all the tailings are out. Yeah, this will be fine. 70% full. We might as well take this load up. drop this off, and then, yeah, now that this rain has kind of cleared off, I want to jump in the front loader, pull some of those bales out, and we'll go through and get some cattle. And then I'm kind of going to go into the build mode just quick. One thing we got to check too, we got to check and see what's on sale at the store just in case there's a mixer on sale. One thing we're going to have to do too, I'm out of fertilizer. The last of the fertilizer that I have is in the spreader. I guess we have a little bit left. So I'm going to need some fertilizer. We have that lime station. I guess I could probably put down some sort of, yeah. Either way, we're going to have to head back to the store at some point with the trailer. Probably to grab a mixer and then some pallets of fertilizer while we're there. Let's dump these tailings. What do you think we'll get on this? 1,500 bucks? Maybe? Something like that? 70% full? But you're around 1,400. Oh, 1,100. 1,200 bucks. Well, it is what it is. We never really set out to make that kind of cash off of tailings, that's for sure. Whew, that would be a hard go. Where can we bring this? I guess we don't really need to park it over there. I want to be somewhat out of the way. Right here will work. Okay, let's go get in our front loader. I had backed it in here just to be out of the way. You can sit up here. Get spun around here, and let's throw some bales in. It's too bad that that didn't work for, well, one of two things. One, it didn't accept the bales in there. Two, it's not bale storage. So, yeah. But we have hay. Just have to get set up here a little bit more. There we go. I'm very excited to get the cattle, though. And, you know, I guess down the road, too, maybe I'll just get enough fertilizer, like just enough. But we're going to get slurry from the cattle, though we're not going to have that many cattle, so we're not really going to have that much slurry. But between the slurry and manure, we should be able to have enough fertilizer just to do our field. I don't really plan on expanding the fields any more than what we got right now. And I think I'm going to leave those bales sitting right there, because even if I got to put more straw in, that trigger will probably activate now that we've cleared some of those bales away. But it is easy just to grab these bales like this. Set this here for right now. Let's jump out. How much food do we got in this unit? 47,000 liters, and it'll hold 150. We need water. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta put water in this. Okay, well, maybe we're not quite ready for cattle. We might have to go to the store. We might have to do some trips to the store, to be honest. I'm gonna leave this unit parked right in here, though. This is a good spot for it. But we're gonna have to do a couple things. Let's shut this off. All right, let's do a couple things here. So we need water. Let's get into our build mode here and let's figure out a spot for water. Now, what I could probably do is get like a tank or something set up. Containers, it should be in here. If I was to put this right there, it might just automatically put water in for us. Let's just see. Kind of looks cool there too. Water. No, it didn't do it. It did not do it. Sometimes it'll do it. On greenhouses, it'll do it. But, so, oh, there, we just take a $5,000 hit. Well, whatever. That's what we get for trying to be cheeky. That's what we get. Then what we could do is we could still put that somewhere like right over here. Yeah, right there, I'll be fine. And we definitely need a water tank now. So let's go see what's on sale. Nothing good. I guess it's the end of the year. There's always stuff isn't really there. There isn't usually that much stuff on sale as you get to the end of the year, but in the springtime. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go up to the store. That's basically it. I'm gonna meet you guys at the store with the truck, and I'll kind of figure out what we can get, what we're gonna need to get. I'll kind of figure that out along the way. We're gonna need a water truck. I could get some more fertilizer while we're there. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna fit on this trailer, to be honest. So that's why I gotta kind of plan it as we go up there. And yeah, I'll just meet you at the store. We'll buy some stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll get some cattle going. All right, team, this is our load. This is hanging on by a thread right there, but we had them backed on so that hopefully when I get to the house we can just drop the beaver tails, hook on, and drag each of these off. But this is our water tanker, and then I got a slurry spreader. Now I kind of bought this slurry spreader after because I was looking and it was only 23 grand to get it, and at that point I had already bought pallets of the fertilizer, which this is probably too much fertilizer but I don't know if we're going to be able to get enough slurry that we actually can do the whole field. So whatever, I got this as well. But let's get in here. I'll strap everything down. Load it up and truck him off to the farm we go. But yeah, this is our load of stuff. I wanted to get as much as I could. We're gonna need a slurry spreader. It was kind of all that I could fit with that water tanker. The water tanker will hold 7,300 liters, and it'll also haul milk. Now, again, I just don't know what kind of cattle we're gonna get. Maybe I'll kind of get a bit of each, but I mean, if we get some milk out of the cows, it's not, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. At least we got a tanker that we can haul, and we could just sell it at the sell everything that we have kind of put over by the bunkers with all the gravel and stuff in it. So that's kind of my plan with that. But I'm gonna head back to the farm. I'll get this stuff offloaded, and then we'll start pulling the water tanker around. We'll get some water in there, and then the animals are good to go. They'll have food. They'll have water. They got a place to sleep. They got the dozer right there for them to hang out with. I mean, they got everything that they could possibly need. So yeah, I'll meet you guys back at the farm, get them watered, and then we'll buy some cattle. We are back at the farm. I'm gonna see if my plan here is gonna work, which it should work. Just might create a bit of a mess in the, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I was gonna say it might create a bit of a mess in the process, but it appears that it worked, so that's good. All right, let's go over here. Let's get some water and let's get it dumped in the barn. Yeah, I might have to make ourselves like a little road around here, right around that tree. Because this is what I think I'll do is just kind of run laps around here, grabbing water, dump it in. This thing probably holds like 100,000 liters of water. I think we looked at it was 120. So that's a lot of trips with this old water tanker here. I wonder if I can angle myself just a little bit better there. Yeah, 120,000 liters, right on. We'll slowly pick away at that. Slowly. Yeah, I think if I have like a little bit of a road here, wrap around this tree, start filling up, open the hatch. Can you see water going in there? No, you can't really. I thought I could kind of see a little bit of a shadow there, but that wasn't it. That would be too much detail. Alright, let's dump this in. I'm actually just going to pull up here so we can jump out. Let's jump over. Okay, we got food. We got water. That's all we need. We could have 398 head in here. Good lord. Okay, well, so what should we get here? I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's definitely get some Angus. Let's get some low ones. You know what? I think we do this. I think we just we'll start with 8 little ones. Start with 8 teenagers of some Angus. 8 grand there. This will be a little bit expensive here. How much is this going to cost us? 20 grand, yep. And then there we go. 24. Again, if you know why we do 24, put it in the comment section. Oh, yeah, look at him, just giving her. Okay, right on. So, now what I want to do, I'm just going to leave the water here for right now, just because they got water in there. I want to try and unload that slurry tanker off the trailer. Hopefully this goes as good. The hitch is kind of like off to the one side, so I don't know if this is going to work. Well, we'll do it together. We'll do it together, and then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to just get everything kind of set here slightly, and then head back down. Is this going to connect? Oh no. Let's see if we can angle it just a bit without getting stuck. No. I know what we'll do. We'll jump over into this unit. See if we can do this. I'm going to take the spikes off, the bail spike off, but I'll see if I can give this hitch just a little bit of a push over. You can give it just a little bit of a push. Something like that. We'll throw that back on in a sec once we know this works. So yeah, that should work. Boom. Look at us go. Oh. And I'm going to park this right at the slurry trigger point here, I think. You guys just bucking around in there, having a time. They didn't really back that up very good there. This will work better. No slurry, of course not. Let's drop that down. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go get the liftwood mod on, I think. Maybe I'll hook this tractor back onto the main trailer, because we're gonna head back down to the dig site. I want to do some more digging today. We got cattle in, which is awesome. That's a cool little milestone, you know, from where we started out here. But we got cattle, which is awesome. They're good, they're fed, they're watered. We can go back down and we can do some more digging. Just pull this up out of the way over there. Jump over here, get back in this unit. I'm gonna leave the bale spike over here. Yeah, and I'll get those pallets offloaded. I'll go throw them. You know, maybe what I'll do, this is what we're gonna try real quick, real quick here. Let's back this back into our bale shed. Drop this down so I don't run into it. We're gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's throw these straps on just for now. But I might be able to just go right through the pallet drop off over here and I won't even have to unload these. This might work. Might work, but I might get the truck and trailer a little bit stuck. I don't know how. Oh no, this should work. Should work. Uh-oh. As long as they don't fall off. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Park this back in here. Alright. Let's shut this unit down. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I want to get back in this guy. Alright, I'm going to head back down to the dig site. I'll kind of get this set up. Maybe what I'll do is I'll run up quick with the JCB and I'll drop off any of the tailings that's in there. Just so that we got two kind of like fresh units down there that are empty, and then going back to town, we're gonna dig some more. I want to get as much pay dirt out as I can through October here before the ground gets too cold, because in like December we're not really going to be down here digging too much. So basically we have October and November to go through it, and then yeah, we got to sell the gold in the springtime. So yeah, I'll get everything set up down here. I'll do a run with the JCB and we will keep digging. right down back onto the dig site. I'm just, you know, doing our normal run here of tailings. We got the course tailings in the JCB. Heading back up to the farm. Gonna dump this and then head on back down, get the tractor in the trailer, bring it up, you know, do the normal dump stuff. And then I might call it for today's work around the farm. I'm kind of thinking, I think once I get the trailer dumped, I'll load whatever pay dirt or whatever concentrate. Geez, I think I could get that straight. Whatever concentrate I have in the into the Dodge, I'll bring it up to the gold room just for the night, or maybe I'll just throw it in the little Ranger, little side by side, because it's probably only a few pails. Yeah, I might do that. I might just leave the Dodge down there so we can, yeah, I can just hang out down there. We can rip back and forth with the side by side. All right, let's get this one dumped and sell off this stuff. This is our fuel money. Speaking of, I should check that fuel truck down there. I think that fuel truck down there has like, I want to say 4,000 or 5,000 liters left of fuel, or fuel left in it. I did some cleanup around the farm as well. I just kind of parked some stuff away for winter. I got the windrower and stuff in there. I actually put the truck in the shop just to keep it out through the cold months. I cleaned up some of the implements over there. I put the plow and stuff in that one barn. I actually parked the dozer in this close barn to our left over there. You know, why not? Keep it up by the house, right? Just in case it snows a whole bunch and I gotta get out and plow some snow, we'll have the dozer. But yeah, I'm just kind of doing a little chore things, getting tidied up, ready for winter. You know, probably not going to use the dozer again this year. We're not going to be plowing that field. We're not going to be doing any more baling. We won't get another cut off those fields this year. Let's get spun around here. Spun around here and backed in. Yeah, this trailer is almost full. I'm gonna shut the JCB down. Let's go see. We got 2 pails there. I think I put 1 in here. Let's take this over to the side by side while we're doing some running around. We'll take that up to the gold room. Let's jump in this tractor and 98% full. Jeez, this thing was just about full. This is a heavy trailer for this tractor. This is about all that this tractor could haul, I think. But I mean, 38,000 liters of basically gravel is, yeah, that wouldn't be light. This tractor's pretty good though, 230 horse, perfect tractor for us. Also, I was kind of, as I was doing some cleanup and stuff around, our little front loader will haul the water trailer around. Now it doesn't do it when it's empty, it's fine, but when it gets full of water, it really wants to pull those front wheels off the ground of the front loader. So if we got the tractor up here, I'll use it to get some water in for the cattle. If we have to in a pinch though, we can use that front loader. Yeah, I parked the planter underneath that little shed in the cold storage there. Let's get this dumped in here. What else did I do? Yeah, I just did some little cleanup. I kind of did some fixes where we've been driving consistently. I kind of just put in did a little landscaping just to make roads a little more visual. And then I think next, you know, tomorrow when we wake up in November, what I might do is just some more, like, I don't want to say decorating, but yeah, I might kind of put down some things around the farm just to clean it all up. Like, since I'm going to buy a TMR mixer, I'm not going to put down a mixing station. Just because I don't, well, bales I could probably put in it, but yeah, I think I'm just going to get a mixer and have it around here. So I think in this little area I might plant some trees, and then I want to do some fencing. I want to get some fencing up kind of around the field, you know, just to kind of be on the edge of the water and stuff, get some fencing up as you come into the farm, and just, like, you know, really kind of try and tie it together and just pick away at some little decorating like that as we go. You know, we got like 200 grand, but we've got a ton of gold sitting. I think we'll probably, if we keep going, like if I dig a bunch more next month, that'll put us in pretty good shape for like another $1 million haul, I think. I didn't really do too good there. Let's pull ahead here and straighten this out a bit. That should be pretty good right there. We'll go back just a little bit more. Okay, let's shut that tractor down. Let's jump in this unit and fire it up. Let's go get the last of this concentrate loaded up, and we'll head up to the gold room. But yeah, I'm thinking it'll be roughly another $1 million, maybe a touch over. It just depends how much we dig next month, really. You know, we've done a lot of digging, and the bottom of that creek bed is really getting... I'm like having to go down really deep to get the pay dirt out, and I don't want to dig too much of the one bank away, like closer to the excavator. So I'm just continuing to be working along over there and then going deep down in. Let's jump in. Oh, shut her down accidentally. Okay, let's head up. I'm not even going to worry about strapping this down. We'll head up to the gold room. We'll leave everything down there for the night. And then, yeah, we'll do some more digging tomorrow. Which, again, I think that'll be kind of like our last major month of digging. We can't sell the gold till July, so we'll do some more digging in the springtime. That's why tomorrow, or, yeah, the next day in November, if I'm not feeling digging too much and I kind of just want to work on some stuff around the farm, I will, just because it doesn't matter. Look at all that gold in there, though. Look at all that gold. Kind of wanted to finish this off just like you know, our last little push, and we'll finish it off by, we'll back in with this, and then put some of our jars of gold into the safe. Let's pull this out. Yeah, let's grab some of these. This other safe is getting full as well. Not super full, but it's probably about half full. And there we go. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to kind of finish up on this for the rest of today. Get this in, get in, have a good little bite to eat, relax for a little bit. We got lots done today, which is great. And, you know, tomorrow will be another day. So I'll see you guys then. You know, thank you as always so much. I appreciate it. You know, like always, if you're liking this series, if you were here from the beginning, make sure and let me know in the comment section. Because we really did, like, we came out here and this was just an absolute, there was trees everywhere. There was nothing. There was just a road in from the ferry, and we cleared a lot of stuff away. Thinking back to the first time when we got the dozer and we were going to the auctions trying to get equipment cheap, and we got that old D5, and it's in pretty rough shape, but it's done pretty good for us. And we cleared that first pad where the main shop is, and there was so much gravel I had to push out of the way and then move with the front loader. But all that stuff we put into our cement factory, and it helped, you know, build the roof plates for our house and for the shops and stuff like that. The little the sheds that we built. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool series. I had a lot of fun doing it so far. But we still got more to do. We got another major gold sale to do, and you know, once that's done, we're gonna really have checked all our boxes here, and I'm pretty excited for that. So again, thank you guys so much as always for watching. I appreciate it like you wouldn't believe. Thank you to everybody who's, you know, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It's just been awesome over this last little bit. Appreciate you guys so much, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, crew, welcome back. Welcome to February. We got through the winter here out in the back country, and you know, we weren't doing any digging. Obviously, we weren't doing any farming or anything. The ground was just too cold and stuff. But I'm just deciding I'm gonna put a little bit of feed in the barn here for the cattle. Although they didn't go through, you know, very much. There's obviously only 24 in there. But I just wanted to kind of move some of this. I figured I'd just put this hay in so that we're good to go for right now. So I'm just kind of doing that. I'm just working around here. The ground is still, you know, pretty frozen. We still got quite a bit of frost in the ground, so I don't think we're going to do any digging at the gold mine until the beginning of March. That's kind of what my thoughts are as of right now. We'll just let it sit for a little bit. We do have quite a bit of gold sitting. I'm going to wait to kind of show you how much we got sitting until we go sell it in July. That's the best time to sell it. So in the springtime here, you know, we're obviously, we got some more hay and stuff that we want to do. Now, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to fill this barn up with the hay that we have right now. And this next cut that we do off of our field, we're going to get that into silage. We'll make that, yeah, we'll turn all that into silage bales. We'll store them aside, and while they ferment, we'll kind of let the field do another growth cycle. Then we'll cut that field, we'll turn that into hay, and at that point we'll be able to go get ourselves a good little TMR mixer. We'll have some silage stored away, then we'll obviously have some hay bales. We still got some straw sitting in there, and we'll be able to start mixing some TMR and start feeding the cattle that. It's kind of my plan. So yeah, we'll get rid of those hay bales. I'm just gonna go park this unit. Now, what I think I might do here, just in the month of February, is I kind of want to do some more decorating and stuff around the farm. I want to put some fencing in and stuff, which might cost a little bit of money, but that's okay. Let's put those forks in the ground, or those spikes rather, so I don't run into them. All right, let's just go check on the animals real quick here. So their health is at 100%. They got 74,000 liters worth of food in there, which is lots. They got 14,000 liters of water, still a bunch of straw. They've created 12,000 liters of manure, and we got about 10,000 liters, just about 11,000 liters of slurry sitting in there. So I'm hoping, I don't know if that'll be enough to do this field, if 11,000 liters will be enough to spread it on our field. I'm hoping so, but I still could go buy a manure spreader as well. Let's go check the stores. Yeah, there's nothing on sale. I was kind of hoping there would be a manure spreader or something on sale. I mean, I guess we could probably afford it, but yeah, that's kind of that's the plan as of right now. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go do some decorating. I'm gonna put some trees and stuff in. I don't know what I'm gonna do in this area just yet. I might just fill it with some trees, to be honest. And yeah, so yeah, let's kind of do that. Let's plug away at some decorating. Okay, so I just kind of started here by putting this fence just kind of around the field, and I just kind of stopped it here for now. And then I got this gate put in. Where did I put the gate in? Right here. So far. And then what I'll probably end up doing is connecting the fence along kind of like behind everything here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's just do that right now. Let's see if I can grab onto that. This is definitely costing a lot of money. But oh well. Yeah, we'll keep it right there. It's fine. Can't really see. I want to make sure I'm not... We'll go behind this tree. We get back in a little bit better position here. Drop it over there. And right there. Seems good. Now, for this way, I don't really know how I want to do this, how I want to wrap it around here. I mean, I could probably just kind of come up. Yeah, I could kind of bring it over kind of to this point and then back. I don't know. If I just bring it right there. And then what I could probably do is just like plant some more trees in here. So like it's not going to let me plant any more trees, but if I go into decorations, I have like these decoration trees. Sometimes it'll let me put it down. Sometimes it decides it's not going to. Is this going to work? It really doesn't want us to plant trees on this map. Like, it's really just, like, not having a good time with the trees. But I'm going through this because it, like, let me plant one time. Maybe it's just a specific tree. It's a whole bunch. You guys are probably sick of me trying to figure this out. Now you know my struggles. This is my off-camera struggles. Okay, so that just, I accidentally spent $1,000 there, but it didn't look like it put anything down. The problem is, very weird. Very weird. Okay, well, we won't worry about trees too much for right now. I want to just keep going with fencing. Fencing's costing lots of money, but whatever. We'll leave that fence there for now. We'll say that we come on in here, and then I was going to do some fencing kind of around just these like little spots just to make it look. Let's get into fences again here. I was going to do, where's our one that what I was using? I know it's $75. So I was going to do like kind of like a fence around there. Just for some sty points. And then I was going to do kind of like, I was going to put this triangle in and then maybe do something in here. I really wanted to be able to plant some trees. I don't know why it's not letting me right now. It let me at one point before, which is really weird. But even if I go over to trees, it's like too many trees. Even with how many we cut down, it says too many trees. Yep. Might not let us. Might not let us, but I have another thing in the back pocket that it might let us do. If I go into factories, I know what you're thinking. What could be in factories? Okay, I might have to get it installed, but what I can put down are apple trees. We'd have to put down a lot of apple trees, but I definitely could put down an apple tree. Greenhouses. Oh, never mind. It's right here. Apple trees. So I was kind of thinking in here is that I would put like this little apple tree thing in, surround it with some shrubs and stuff, and then we would just got some apples, you know, so we could make some apple juice or something if we wanted. So I think I probably will put that there. And let's go over. Yeah, it's not going to let us put trees. It kind of lets us do that. It's not really great, but we'll leave a gap there. Let's go back into our fences. Scroll all the way down because I got too many installed. Always got too many mods installed. And like that. And then right here, I think right here, doesn't really matter. Oh. I was thinking we'd put in a gate. Bring this back down just like normal fence. Oh, that gate's a little bit too big. What if I go like this? Still a little bit too far. I'd have to go, I think, about there. Oh yeah, that's almost perfect. There, we got two entrances and exits into the apple tree area. I think that's all I was gonna do for now. Like, I really wish we could plant some trees. I even tried to buy that tree planter, if you guys remember, and that didn't work for us. The game just hates us. But I'll try and figure out something. Maybe I can put something like this down in. Right there. Ooh, I don't like the concrete on that, though. What? Or the gravel. Let's get that cleaned up. we'll clean that up. And then honestly, that being said too, kind of want to just make this grass in here, not like the dead forest floor like we had, which now these shrubs that I put down are kind of getting X'd out. But let's do this. And I really just put down these apple trees just for a little bit of fun, you know. So let's put some shrubs in here. Just kind of winging it right now. These bushy ones. And then figured we could kind of just get some grass planted. There we go. Pretty fancy in here. It's pretty fancy. What else can we put in here to make it look a little bit cooler? Already got a shed. How big are these things? Oh yeah, this one's pretty cool. And let's fix this ground here. Alright, the farm's looking pretty cool. Well, it's about as cool as we can make it look. Alright, we already got that guy over there, but whatever, we got two of them. No big deal. Yeah, she looks pretty fancy in here. We could even get some bees if we wanted. Just for fun. Not that we're going to be trying to use these bees to make any crazy amounts of money, but let's go see. Let's go into our animals here. Let's go back into bees. And put that right there. Well, these guys. What else could we put down here? What's this? There we go. Jeez, we almost spent all the money. No pallet location. Well, we want to get a little bit of honey. So let's put this right. Yeah, right there is good. Okay. We got some apple trees. We could probably pull in here with a small tractor if we go to. Didn't really leave us too much room there, but that's okay. This is more just kind of for fun. It's up there. All right. Cows are good. All right. I'm going to see you guys in March now. Maybe I'll try and figure out something. If I can figure out some way for us to get trees down, I will. But otherwise, I'll meet you guys in March. We got some field work to do because this field over here is almost ready to cut. 3 out of 4 growth stages. 100% fertilized this time. So we got a bunch of work to do here. Yeah, we kind of spent a bunch of the money, but that's okay. We got a bunch of gold saved up. We'll be back on top here soon. I'll try and figure out something for trees, maybe to decorate a little bit more. And I might even get us a small little tractor so we can pull around in here. One thing I never usually get in this game, never really have too much of a need for it, other than the old 3650 here, but it's a small tractor. Maybe we could get ourselves like a nice little, this little Volvo. What about this one? That one's got 32 horse. That one could be 146 horse. 140 or 130. Yeah, maybe we'll get ourselves a little orchard tractor so we can cruise around in there, bring some water in and stuff. But probably have to do that after we sell the gold. All right, I'll see you guys in March. All right, everybody, welcome to March. It is it's raining out right now. You know, it's just about 8:30 in the morning. It's raining, but I did some more decorating around the farm, and I wanted to kind of show you. I'm gonna go down to the dig site, and I'm just gonna dig while this weather's wet and crappy, because we're not gonna try and cut that field just yet. But I ended up getting a bunch of I got a bunch of trees and stuff. So maybe I went a little overkill, all right, but I tried to make it kind of cool around here a little bit. So I like made these roads in. I got this giant rock, you know. We cracked a lot of rocks to try and get the gold, so I figured it was fitting for this. But yeah, I got some of these trees put in, and then I just kind of like attached this road to our main road that comes in. Obviously, that we can roll in around here. This is kind of the secondary access through the gate, obviously up to the main shop and all this stuff. I didn't really change anything over there just because the shop is just what it is. But yeah, this is kind of like how I set everything up here. So I still got this road around here that goes down to the main dig site. Obviously, that's the cow barn there. And I just kind of tied all this in with some trees. I planted some extra ones around here because we can still get around the back side of the house. I probably should do something more with the fence there, but yeah, I just kind of put some trees around the gold room here and loop back around. Got this kind of like front rocky area with this cool tree. And then yeah, I just kind of built it so the road wraps around here. We can obviously get to this barn and get back out. Whoa, skipping around. And then there was one kind of like weird pink tree. So I put it right in the middle of the pasture, you know, for the cows, right? Got to give them some sty points out there. But yeah, that's kind of what I did. Maybe if I go into this mode a little more, we can see it a little bit better. But yeah, that's kind of how everything looks right now. A lot different than when we got here, that's for sure. A lot different. Pretty cool farm. It actually ended up being a pretty cool setup that we had on this one. But yeah, I'm gonna head on down to the dig site. So this until this rain kind of clears up, I'm just gonna dig probably till about lunch-ish. That'll give everything, once the rain quits, give everything a little chance to dry. Not that it's got to be super dry when we're gonna do silage, but yeah, I just figured it'd be better rather than being out in the field making a bunch of mud. Might as well be down here making a mess. And I'm gonna just try and park this. See if that'll block some of the rain for us. Let's jump out of there. But yeah, I'm gonna jump in the, there's no tailings in anything. All the tailings have been cleared out, so the trommel's completely empty. There's no pay dirt or anything sitting here, no concentrate. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump in, dig for a few hours, so I figured I'd bring you guys along with me. As I get this unit fired up, get it warmed up. Maybe we'll run the hydraulics here just a little bit, get the hydraulic pump going nice and good. I'm gonna let everything warm up here just for a sec. Not that it's cold out, but I'll just let everything kind of situate for a second. And yeah, we'll go digging.
All right, crew, I'm hopping out here, taking a little break from digging. Now, sometimes when I back into this thing, I always like bump this. I'm just gonna use super strength just a little bit. I know I'm cheating, but these get moved. These like have to be like right in the pocket. Right in the pocket to get this out. We're not completely full. Sometimes I gotta just back up just a little bit, just to sweet talk it, you know? But we might as well... Oh, jumped in the wrong unit. I think I'm gonna have to just kind of pull this guy out just a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's get these guys filling up. This will fill right up, and then I'll be able to go up to the farm and dump some tailings. So I'm gonna do these runs back and forth here. Get some of the tailings cleared out. I'll let the trommel run through the last of the pay dirt and stuff that I put in. Actually, it'll probably tell me right now. Oh, it did run through it. Okay, there's a little bit of concentrate left in there. Not enough to make a pail, though. Maybe this is what we're gonna do. Let's jump back in here. Let's give it a few more scoops. Because I'm pretty sure it's 3,000 per... Oh, yeah, I shut this down. Like, I'm hitting the bottom, though. Like, it's getting hard digging at that bottom. I've been trying to just, like, not dig this bank away as much as I can, but, like... You can see there's, like, a point where, like, the arm will go down pretty easily, and then, like it's like right there. Boom. It just hits rock bottom. I can't really dig too much through that. It's just, it's way too hard. I'm gonna break the teeth off this bucket. I mean, honestly, these teeth have held up pretty good. The leaf looks not bad either. Not too bad. Let's give a couple more scoops in. Maybe I can get one more pail of concentrate to run through that trommel, since we are... it's gonna be a good enough scoop. Let's see, is that enough? 27... Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna set that down right there. Scoop some of this pay dirt off the ground that I... There we go. Alright, let's jump out of this unit. Let's jump out. Let's jump in these units and get some of these tailings out of here. And it'll be a nice little break from digging. Head back up to the farm. I haven't came through the farm from the dig site here now that we got all our decorations in. Let me know what you guys think. Did I go overkill in the decorations? Probably a little bit, you know, a little bit, but whatever. Farm looks alright. But you can see our pink tree off in the distance. It's like our North Star back to the barn. Yeah, this is pretty cool. We got some of this brush in here. I don't know what's in that shed. I probably, when I'm down with the tractor too, should do some runs with the water trailer. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll park the trailer quick. I'll just do a couple laps with the water trailer. Maybe I'll go dump some water in the apple tree area, you know, get some apples going. I do like a good apple. Hopefully they're gala apples. That's my apple of choice right there. Let me know what your guys' apple of choice is. Like, are you a Granny Smith? Are you a Granny Smith apple? What was it? Red Delicious? Okay, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let's just check the trommel again here. Yeah, there's probably one more pail down there. There's always one more pail. I'll load the Dodge up when I get back. I might dig for a little bit longer. I might once I get back and forth with the tailings and do some of the water, I might dig just a little bit longer till the afternoon, and then the afternoon chores will be cutting that field and baling it. Though I don't want to run out of daylight. Our days should be getting longer though. Like in December, the days are so short down, especially in these mountains. When that sun is behind this like main waterfall mountain, it stays dark till like 10 o'clock, it feels like. But
we should be getting a bit more daylight now. So yeah, I'm gonna do these runs. Uh, Actually, I'll get this trailer or this JCB kind of parked in here. I'll jump in the tractor. I'll head back. I'll dump that trailer full, and then we'll do some rounds with the water trailer. All right, I got the water trailer here. Now I kind of want to do a little. Oh, I'm gonna run into it. I knew that was gonna happen. I want to do just one little test run into the apple tree area. I'll get our cattle. They're loving it out there. Just loving it. Maybe we should go in and take a look and see how everyone's doing. Productivity 80%. Probably because were more productive with TMR. Got a bit of slurry. We should have enough slurry to cover that field, I think. I'm not too sure. All right, let's go test and see if I made enough room in here. I kind of think I might have put the bees in an area that's not super great. But we'll see. Let's jump out and see. See if this tractor can get through in here. Oh no, we should have enough room. Dump our water in. Yeah, we should have enough room to wrap around in there. In all honesty, I probably should have made this like decoration water tower an actual water tower in here, but that's okay. We're not doing too much apple farming, that's for sure. Yeah, that should be enough just to wrap around here. And then I can pick up the pallets right from that drop-off area when the time comes. We got a little bit of honey. Nice. All right, let's get some more water in for the cattle, even though they're super good to go, but might as well do it while we have the tractor here. Oh, there we go. Just have to pull up just a little bit. Yeah, we'll get some water in, and then, like I said, I'm gonna go back down. I'll probably dig for another couple hours here, at least, probably till around lunch. Go in, have some lunch, and then come out, and we'll get the haying equipment going, although we are gonna do silage this time, so we'll cut that field, obviously. I gotta get the windrower and stuff out of the main shop. We'll have to open up the main shop. And I'm excited to kind of use that windrower again, see if I can do a better pattern around that field. Now that I know how that's, like, I never used that one before, but it's kind of nice how it's got that one, I don't even know what it's called, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. Kind of like that one edge to it where I can double up the windrow and just make a really fatty one. Let's just jump out here. I'm just going to close this. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to do like another lap around or another test around that field and just see if I can get a better pattern going, and then we'll be able to make some good good silage bales. I think we'll stick around that 150 centimeter bales again. I'll just keep that baler set to what it is, and yeah, we'll get that field cut, and then we will jump in with the slurry spreader and see if 15,000 liters of slurry is going to be enough to cover that field. Might not be, but that's okay. We got the fertilizer spreader, and I think there's still fertilizer loaded in it. Yeah, I took the lime out of it, so there's still fertilizer loaded in it. And yeah, we'll get that field tuned in again. I'm excited for it. So I'm just here, gonna head up for some lunch. I'm just taking kind of the last of these pails. This should be the last of the concentrate that I can get out of the trommel. It's pretty much empty. So I'm gonna go strap these down here. I'm gonna run this up to the gold room. Then I'm gonna bring the Dodge back down here, grab the tractor, head up to the house, have a quick bite to eat, and then I'll get the shop and everything kind of opened up. I got all the bay doors, just about all the bay doors shut over there. So I'll get that kind of opened up, and then we can go to town getting this field baled. I'm going to be kind of done digging for the day. I just got to have a little bite to eat. And yeah, off to some field work we will go. Get some silage bales on the go. If I can back up to this properly here. Actually, I should probably hop out and open the doors here real quick. Drop that there. Okay.
Oh, just missed her. Can I get in there back far enough? There we go. All right. That is about as much of the concentrate as we got in there. Let's just go check. Yeah, we got a few jars of gold. Just a couple. See if we can fill this up real quick. How full is this one getting? Ooh, that one's almost full. That's almost full. So we'll have 2 full cases, which is awesome. Come on now. I was gonna say, it's not full yet. Ooh. One more jar get us. Ooh. 86,000, okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's shut that door. All right, head back down with the Dodge, grab the tractor, have some food, meet you guys in the field. All right, I just went to start cutting the old field here, but I think, oh man, I just remembered something real quick here. It's gonna give me a second to get everything set up. Okay, let's get that fired up. I want to get this fired up. But I'm pretty sure with this unit, we gotta wait and see. I don't know if this is gonna work. I might have screwed up. Maybe it'll work. Oh, it might not work because I already cut this spot, which kind of sucks. But I should be able to just do... This mower should, like, create a swath for me as I go. Let's see. Yes, see? Yep. I knew it. I forgot. I forgot I could do that with this mower. So we won't even have to pull the windrower out, which is pretty nice because I was pretty brutal with it last time. Well, no, I'll have to pull it out. Well, I might be able to just kind of mess around with the baler in that area, just kind of do a couple laps. That's probably what I'll do. I'm not even going to pull out the windrower. We'll just pull the baler around all that loose stuff that I caught, or cut. And yeah, look at us go now. How you doing? I forgot this mowing unit will do that. It'll create a swath. You like drop these things down. Perfect. All right, so we are cutting. We are cutting. The only thing I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like, it's just a little bit, actually I made that turn go pretty good. I like the implements because I got a joystick and I could just hit a button and it usually just lifts the rear implement, but it won't lift both the front and the back. I guess that probably doesn't really matter though. Yeah, I wish it would scoop this loose stuff. A little bit of a hill here, like just the slightest hill, but this tractor is basically max horsepower or the minimum horsepower for this implement. Let's jump into this one. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably just cruise around this little section with the baler, go back and forth. I think it's got like a 3-meter pickup on it or something, so yeah, that'll work pretty good. But I'm just going to cruise around here, get this field cut. If I can, I don't want to miss any spots. Missed a little bit there. That's okay. But I'm going to get this field cut, and I think I'm going to wait to get a mixing unit. This is kind of what I was thinking. I'll get like a TMR mixing unit when we go sell the gold. So we're going to go sell the gold in July. I'm going to let the gold room do its thing. We should have a pretty good haul of gold. We should have over $1 million worth of gold. See if I can negotiate. See, I want to lift this back one. Shouldn't mess with that windrow. There we go. That worked all right. We'll have some spots that we missed, but again, we can just kind of cruise around with the baler and get that loose stuff. Yeah, we should have over $1 million worth of gold, so we'll sell that off in July. When I take the truck up there, the big truck with the low boy, we'll grab a mixer, bring it back. By then, our bales that we get off this field, they'll definitely be fermented. We'll have silage bales just sitting in there. And at that point, too, we'll be able to get another cut we should be able to in July. I think in July we'll be able to.
We just gotta get this little section here. Actually, I might leave that little section right till the end. I'll come over here and we'll get this. But yeah, we'll be able to get another cut off this field, which that'll be our hay cut. We'll do that. And then once that hay is done, we'll be able to use the mixer, mix some TMR for the cattle, which I'm sure they'll love. And that is really gonna put kind of like the final touches on this farm, I'm thinking, you know. We really hit every metric that we needed. You know, we built a gold mine empire, made millions of dollars from it, and then we're able to kind of finish off building ourselves a nice little farm here. We're gonna have, you know, over $1 million in the bank, just kind of chilling, and we can let the cattle grow from there. They'll reproduce. Some of them will reproduce. We started with 24, but that'll just slowly grow over the years. We could sell off the cattle as they become, you know, super profitable. And yeah, you know, one thing too I was thinking about, this series is really set up for part 2, where we take, you know, that $1 million and we kind of expand the farm. You know, I'm just gonna put a pause on this real quick. But like, we could really potentially clear some of these trees and do something else out in this area. Like, we have a ton of land here. Like, we have an absolute massive amount of land that we just kind of scratched the surface on, really, of this little corner and up into the main dig site. But we could always do a part 2 of this series, or even clear out behind here where it's a little flatter. Actually, that's probably a little bit better of an idea. That would be a lot of work, but we could do, you know, a part 2 series where we clear out all these trees and do another field or another pasture or something and really expand the cattle farm. I don't know, just something to think about. I would more kind of put that in your guys' hands. If that's something you'd like to see on this map, let me know in the comment section below, and that could be something we revisit for like a part 2. Could be kind of fun. A lot of times when we finish off a series, you know, we've kind of, I don't want to say maxed out, because you can always grow bigger and further, but it kind of just gets to a point where, like, how many fields am I going to work all by myself? Even with AI workers and stuff, some of the big fields, it's a lot of work to get it all done. But you know, this would be kind of be a good one. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys would like to see a part 2 on this, or if you're like, no way, this sucked, let me know. I gotta know. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, get this field done. I'll bring you back once it's all cut and we are out getting some bales down. All right, team, the bales are just giving her right now. Getting a bunch down off this field, although I kind of dropped that bale. I try to drop them in between the rows when I do headlands like that. But yeah, we're just giving her. Just getting these bales off. Then we're going to have to, you know, we'll grab that the bale trailer, get them all scooped up. I'm going to put them in the actual bale storage, not in the barn. Even though I could kind of store, if I was going to just do hay, I could store bales kind of where I dropped it off that first time when I thought the cow barn that we had bale storage in there, not just where the straw drop off is. I could just kind of leave them in there off to the side, but I think I'll put these ones in the bale storage and we'll just pull them out as we need. They can sit in there and ferment. But yeah, we'll grab that trailer, get these bales off, grab the fertilizer spreader, which I stuck in the barn. Get some fertilizer. Actually, no, we're going to grab the slurry. That's right. We're going to grab the slurry tanker. Hopefully we got enough slurry in the cow barn that we can just get it down on this field. That would be great. But if not, yeah, that was going to be the backup plan. We still got the spreader that we can use. I also kind of, well, I didn't really worry, but I had wondered when we put down these fences if it was going to kind of like, you know, impede on like spinning around or anything. But as long as I do a couple headlands, we got tons of room, which is nice. This really is such a cool map. It ended up being kind of a cool farm. That's why I definitely think a part 2 out here could be kind of fun. Something to revisit. But alright, these bales are almost done, and we'll grab that trailer and start getting them off this field. Alright, not too bad. Looks like we got 11 bales off that field. Though I did drop the bale size down to the 125s.
I'll just see how that goes. I think even the next time I do hay, we'll end up just dropping it down to the 125 as well. Just because it's not a super big field. Alright, let's back this guy in here. Got our straw bales in there, sitting nicely. And the nice thing too is just starting with like a lower amount of cattle. Like we could have bought way more. We probably could have got like 50 or 60. But one nice thing about it is I'll be able to like get ahead with food. You know, like we've got a ton of food sitting in that storage. Make sure this. I'm gonna stick this in right over here, but I need the. Yeah, that's gotta come up. And then we'll lift the pickup arm, back this in there, and go hook onto that slurry spreader. I'm very interested to see how much slurry we'll have to put on this field. If we got to just double check and see exactly. Let's back this in there. Okay, you see exactly how much is sitting in there. It should be around 15, maybe 16,000 liters. Should be a bit more. Still got manure as well too. Eventually I would get a manure spreader. 15,000. Okay, perfect. Now was this one hold 7 or 8? 8. Perfect. Alright, let's head to the field and see how it spreads. We'll set up a course here. Let's get a course set up. Oh, no, we don't want a worker. We got no workers out here. 12 meter spread. Okay, not too bad. There we go. Now, just real quick here, let's just stop for a second. Let's make sure. Yeah, we don't need to put down the double application. That's the only thing I wanted to make sure of. This field, the grass fields are always, even once you cut them, they always stay 50% fertilized, so I don't need to do the double application. Oof, I do not think we are going to have enough slurry. We are definitely not going to have enough slurry. But that's okay. Once we get more cattle in there, maybe around that 50 head mark, you know, because say we did have 50, that'd be over double what we have. Plus some of them were kind of young. As they get older, they'll produce more slurry. But it's looking like, yeah, we probably won't even get the headland done, the first headland done. That's okay. If we can get the first or second headland done, I'll go jump, or I'll go throw the other spreader on. Let's just shut that off so I'm not wasting too much of it. Connect onto that and start it right about there. Yeah, I'll get that other spreader on and get the rest of this field fertilized. Yeah, geez, going through a lot of it. If we were doing the double application, whew, she would be done. But just about one headland, which isn't too bad. Almost one headland perfectly. All right. Well, I'll go fill up with the last of it. I'll be able to get that other headland done, and then yeah, I'll just jump in, open the barn. The fertilizer spreader's in that barn there. Get the rest of the fertilizer done on this field, and she'll be prepped and ready for the next growth season, or the next growth, just kind of period. All right, I got that field all fertilized, good to go. I'm just pulling over here now because I just kind of noticed I'm gonna need a little bit of fuel. So I'm just gonna fill this tractor up real quick before I take it on back down to the dig site. And you know, I'm probably just gonna head in for the day. It's already 4 o'clock. I might just go in, kind of slowly get dinner prepped and all that stuff. And yeah. Tomorrow we'll live to fight another day out here. Things are looking pretty good around the farm. Got our bales done. We got another good morning of digging down at the dig site, getting as much, you know, pay dirt out as we could. And We almost got 2 full safes of the gold. So looking looking pretty good. I think we'll do kind of the same thing tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just keep going. I'm going to be watching the sales in case a good spreader does come on sale, though we don't really have much money left until we sell all this gold, but that's okay. All right, let's just back this tractor in. Shut it down for the night. And I'm going to come over here. Jump in the old side-by-side. We're going to head back to the house. As long as I don't put her in the drink right there. Yeah, head back to the house, and yeah, we'll see you guys in April or May. Right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome to May here in the backcountry. Just filling up our fuel truck here. We ran out of fuel down at the trommel, and so I used the last of the fuel that was in this, and yeah, we're just filling it up right now. And then we got to get back to work down there. I've just been digging the last couple months. I've got the Dodge down there, and I've got just about another kind of truck bed full of the concentrate. Not quite, we got to do a little bit more digging, but when I left with the fuel truck, I set both the JCB and the tractor trailer kind of set up to pull all the tailings out, and I think both those trailers are going to be basically full, or well, the trailer will be full and the JCB will definitely be full. So once we get back with this diesel, park this truck, I'll make sure everything's kind of fueled up or good enough with fuel. And yeah, I'll go drop the tailings out, do a little bit more digging so we can kind of get a full Dodge truck full of the, the concentrate, bring it up to the gold room. So kind of the same old jazz. We're just digging. I gotta wait one more month before we can cut the field and get some hay. But yeah, we're back at her here. No, this is gonna take a minute to fill. So once we get all filled up here, actually, I better jump out and check. How much fuel do we have left in here? 11,000 liters. Whew. Dang, we burnt through quite a bit of fuel, but as we should. Okay, once I get fueled up here, I'll meet you guys back down at the dig site. We'll keep doing some chores. All right, I got the equipment down here all fueled up. I used all the fuel in our tanks up at the shop, so let's just stop that so it's not running. While the hoe was fueling up, I went and dumped the JCB, so now I'm gonna go dump this trailer, and then we're back digging. We are just back digging, but we are definitely getting to the end of the pay dirt down here. Like, more and more gravel is just coming out of the bottom of that creek bed, and it's less and less pay dirt. I'm not getting as much concentrate out of the trommel. I think we may have, kind of ran that well a little bit dry, but we pulled a lot of pay dirt out of there, so I'm not too mad about it, to be honest. Plus, we got a ton of gold stored up. We should have well over $1 million in this haul. I think usually, as long as I can get 2 of those safes full, it's like really close to $1 million if we sell at peak prices, and then so the third one is just kind of like above and beyond. So I'm not really like too worried about it. I'm gonna dig for a little bit longer, just enough to fill the Dodge with one more pail. I think I can fit 1 or 2 more pails of concentrate in there, and then that's it. I'm just gonna dig that, and if I can get 1 or 2 more pails out of there, but it all kind of just depends on, like, I've had to kind of dig away from the one bank, which is like it's like kind of where the excavator's sitting. Like, I'm getting closer and closer to where I don't really got much room to move around down there unless I move the trommel and stuff again. I'm gonna jump out here. Yeah, this thing's completely empty. 57,000 bucks, 50 liters. I like how it's like you can either get 10,000, 35, 5,000 liters. Let's just get that for right now. And let's head back down. Head on back down. Keep digging. Cows are doing good. They like the pink tree. Out here in Pink Mountain. This kind of is Pink Mountain. The apples. How are the apples doing? We got some apples. Probably too many apples, to be honest, but we got some apples sitting there, so that's good. That's good. And we got a little bit of honey. So back on down to the dig site. Keep going. We'll get into June. We'll cut the hay out there. I keep going back and forth on if I'm gonna buy an actual TMR mixer or like set down some sort of a maybe like a silo unit. I just don't know if the silo units will take bales, you know. I don't know. The reason I'm kind of going back and forth on that is the mixer would probably be better. I don't know where I would put it. I guess I could kind of go. We got lots of room. I could put it somewhere. It doesn't need to be close to where the cattle are. Geez, I can't really back this trailer up too good. But because when we go up to the store, like I'm obviously gonna take. I don't really have to take. Well, no, I would have to take the big truck. Or I guess I could take that small trailer, but I could take the big truck with the gold safes and then pick something up at the store. Whether I'm kind of thinking either a manure spreader or a TMR mixer, but I won't be able to fit both. Oh, no, I shut this off to fuel it up. So, since I won't be able to fit both, let's just sit here and chat. Let me get this going. Since I won't be able to fit both, I got to pick one or the other or make 2 trips, and I don't really want to make 2 trips. I guess it doesn't take that long, but so if I get some sort of like a silo unit, that might work a little bit better. So we get good pay dirt when we dig the edge like that. But yeah, so I'm kind of going back and forth. I'll think about that more as I dig here. I'm gonna just work on kind of get straightened out here just a little bit. I'm gonna get angled this way. I'm gonna dig a portion of this bank now. I have access to the land. Make me buy some more land. Yeah, so we get good pay dirt when we dig like this part of it off, but as we get deeper and deeper, I'm just getting gravel and stuff that's coming out of it. But yeah, keep digging here. I'll bring you back probably in June. Yeah, maybe probably in June. I'll get finished down here with the amount, get as much kind of concentrate out as I can. And then we got to cut that hay. And by then I'll have a decision of what I'm going to do. If I can find some sort of a unit in a good spot to put it on the farm. I think that's probably the route I'm going to go. And then we'll just pick up a manure spreader. Alrighty, buddy, welcome to June here in the backcountry at the Gold Mine Empire. I'm taking this load of concentrate up to the gold room. This is basically all I kind of got done through May, and I dug a bit in April, but like mostly got it done in May. And I think that's probably the most that I'll get out till we sell everything next month. So I'm trying to get everything. Let's first get it unstrapped. I don't even think I have to. Yeah, just driving real fast. I just want to get that into the gold room while we do some field work. There's some hay that we can cut and get that prepped for the cattle. But we'll be selling all the gold next month. July is our peak month to sell the gold. So for now, I just want to cut some hay. That's probably what we'll do for the month of June here. Get the fields all dialed in. I don't know how much slurry I have sitting. We're gonna go check the barn and all that stuff, but I'm just kind of doing like the normal runs here. I got all the concentrate, I got the concentrate dropped off. I got the tailings dropped off. I'm gonna just back the Dodge over here, get it back in its spot, jump in the tractor, head up, and just do kind of our normal prep. Shut that off. Let's make sure this is shut off. And did I shut the hoe off? Let's check. Yes, it's off. Okay. Perfect. So let's drop the trailer and head to the farm. Head to the farm, we'll get our mowing implements ready to rock. We'll get that field cut. Get the tedder out. And then we're going to have to windrow this time, which I'm kind of excited to do. I want to use that windrower again and just see if I can make a better pattern than I did the first time. We'll get all the hay picked up. And then I kind of decided what we're going to do is put down a TMR mixing kind of station. And we're just going to do a couple things here. We're going to check on the cattle as we go by. So they still got 36,000 liters of food. They got water. They got straw. We don't really have that much slurry. We got a bunch of manure saved up. I'm just gonna buy a manure spreader once we sell off the gold, and I take the big truck up there, and then that way I'll just be set with like fertilizer. And then you know what? Let's just do this right now. Yeah, I already had this prepped. I'm gonna put this unit kind of just tucked in the trees a little bit, or not in the trees, in the grass, something like right. Yeah, right there's good enough, to be honest. Yeah, kind of messed with the ground. Kind of figured that would happen a little bit. Let's just see if we can smooth this out a little bit. I'm going to take this level out to make this a little bit bigger. Maybe not that big. Keep this level. Kind of all through here. And then if we soften it just a little bit, should be good enough. A little bit of a hill, but whatever. The only other thing that I want to do is, look at that cow. Yeah, he's coming to check it out. Yeah. He smells food is what he does. Let's just do this. Let's create some dead grass here. Just do that along there. And then I'll probably just bring this back to our gravel. Make it look like we planned this out. Sneak a little bit of gravel on this side. Okay. There we go. So now we got a mixing station. I don't know though, like I don't know if we'll be able to put the bales straight in there. So we'll figure it out as we go. I think I'll be able to. But we'll check. We'll check once we get the field done. And I'm pulling some of the bales off. I'll just try and dump the hay right in there. And then I didn't check actually as well to see if those grass bales are fermented. They should be. They should be by now, but we can check after once we get all the field work and such done. Go on to that one. Really make this turn. Oh yeah. Well, sorta. Would've. Good lord. Threading needles here. Alright. Alright, off to cut some grass. I'll get this field cut. We'll get everything kind of rocking. I won't go too much through this. Well, maybe we will. Let's get everything. Let's get everything set up here. So first of all, let's unfold everything. Let's get our GPS set. I want to do 2 headlands. Yeah, that'll work good. Let's fire these units up. Drop them down. Off we go. I always miss that little bit there. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got... Well, I wonder if I could do that. You know what I might do? I'm going to test this out. We're going to leave this on the swath dropping. Or like having it create a windrow. And I'm going to TED... yeah, I'm just going to TED. Use the tedder right over that. It won't really matter. We'll have to re-windrow it. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll test it out. I never do this. I always just usually do the wide spreading. And then obviously TED it, windrow it. But since we had the setting turned on, I kind of forgot I had that on. We'll just leave it like this for now. And then I'll run over it with the tedder and I'll see. It'll probably spread it out a little bit. If it were an FS22, it would just like... It would still just... kind of keep it together, but which doesn't really make sense. Like if you did run the tedder over it, it would kind of blow your windrow all around, so it is more realistic if it does. But yeah, we'll kind of just go from there. Maybe what I'll do, I'll get this field cut and then I'll bring you back probably, yeah, when we're trying the whole tedder situation, see how that goes. But I'm getting pretty excited. I'm getting pretty excited to get the gold sold off. That was a pretty good... It took a bit to get all that dug out, to be honest, but It doesn't take too long. I find if I spend a couple hours cutting or digging rather, I can get like a full truck full of concentrate. It's usually I have to stop a little bit through to go do the quick unhauls of the tailings, but it doesn't take that long to get a truck full. And usually a truck will hold about 45,000 liters of concentrate. And we should get like a good 10 jars out of there. A good 10, maybe 12 jars. Um, so like we should have a good amount of gold for this haul. I'm pretty excited for it. And I'm excited we'll get a manure spreader, so then we're like just sufficient up here. I won't have to spend any money on fertilizer. Not that we're going to be short on cash after this gold sale goes down, but just better for the fields. Use something a little more natural rather than like a chemical fertilizer. The cattle should be getting close to reproducing here soon. Probably by the fall they'll be calving, and then yeah, we'll have a new bunch of cattle in the barn, which will be good. All the young ones are getting older, which is great. The farm is coming together nicely, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty stoked on how this one turned out. I really am. So I'll get this field cut, and then we'll go to town, getting that tedder out here, and see how these windrows play out. All right, let's see how this goes now. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done this before, to be honest. Oh, I don't know if fold that. Let's fire this bad boy up. And let's just see how it spreads it. Yeah, basically how I thought. Well, it is creating a little bit of a row. I don't know if I'd be able to bail that, though. It's a little bit wide. A little bit wide. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play with it. I'm going to go through, get all this tedding done, essentially. Yeah, it's going to be too wide to bail. But it still makes a little bit of a row. I might be able to follow it a little bit easier with the windrower. Maybe. Don't know. We'll see. You guys will watch me struggle with it. I'll probably time-lapse me doing the windrow just so you can see, and then you don't have to sit through it if it's painful, me trying to get it done. At least it'll go by quick. But yeah, okay, that's kind of what I figured would happen. It would make a bit of a row, but kind of spread it out too much that you can't really bail it. Which is fine. Let me set the cruise control here. I'm gonna cruise around this field. We'll ted up a storm. Then we will, we'll windrow this stuff. We'll get it over. We'll get it over to the. Once it's baled, I'll get it over to that new like kind of mixing silo. See if it'll take bales. If not, I didn't really test it or anything to see if it will. But if it doesn't, we'll just make 2 trips, and I'll go get a mixer from the store. Because I don't think there's any way I'm gonna fit a mixer and there's just no way I'll fit 2 on that trailer. So I'll have to make 2 trips, and it'll be what it'll be. But that thing might take bales. I don't know. It's hard to say without knowing for sure. You know what I mean? But get this field cut, and if I do, I wonder if I can afford a fertilizer or a manure spreader right now. Probably not. I bet you they're expensive. They're probably like 60 grand for a decent one. I wonder, and a mixer's probably like 50. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait till next month. I was thinking like maybe if I get this field done and I have enough time, I'll just run up there now, get one, and then when we go with the gold, I could get another one. But yeah, I don't think I got enough cash. We spent too much money decorating the place. It's like 100 grand in like fencing and trees and rocks and stuff. Whatever. Makes it kind of fun. Plus, the place looks pretty cool now. I am pretty stoked. I've said it before, but I am stoked how this place turned out. Because like this was just like wow, it was crazy. If you go back and you watch the first episode, like when we got out here, there was just trees and it was all so overgrown. So the way we developed it was pretty cool. And it was so much work. Yeah, the amount of gravel I pushed with that dozer. That little dozer earned its keep around here for sure. For sure. That was money well spent. He's just chilling now. Maybe if we do a part 2 out in or on this map, we'll get the dozer back out and he'll have to clear some land getting into the bush. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's get this tedding done, and then we'll bust that windrow out and see if I can make a mess of this field. All right, we got the windrower hooked up.
Let's go, team. I'm thinking what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to try something here. If I can get it unfolded. And I'm going to kind of start, I think like this. I'm going to try and get like the edge of the field kind of, oh, no, I want to do that. See if we'll drop it down. Yeah, I'm going to kind of work the edge of the field here and just push this stuff out a little bit, give myself a little bit of room. That's what I was thinking. And just work around the field this way. Just kind of push it out because it'll be fine with the baler. It doesn't really matter, right? And that's going to be my strategy in this one. The headland I'll just kind of push out, give myself a little bit of room, and then I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to wing it. Okay, I had like a little bit of a plan, but now I'm still just going to go and wing it. I want to push it out too far, though. Let's try and jump over just a little bit. There we go. Keep it right on the edge of 17 here, right? Stevie Nicks, yep. All right, well, let's go. I'm gonna do a little bit of a time lapse here of me getting through this field, and then we'll go to town Balin and we'll test out that new mixing station. All right, we did it. We did it. Not too bad. I want to go into this mode. That's good, right? That's way better than last time. I kind of got this thing figured out a little bit more. I actually kind of like this windrower. You know, I usually use the ones where it's like it pulls it from both sides and it makes that row in the center. But I kind of like that you can just like double up those like center windrows. You make that like fat one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this one. I think I would use this more and more on different series or just different farms that I build. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. I kind of wrapped around here in a weird way, so I'm gonna have to give her the old loop-de-loo here. And we'll bring her on through, and then we'll go get the baler, and we will go to town getting the bales off. Yeah, I don't mind this windrow. I never used this one before, so pretty not too bad. Okay, let's drop that off there. Actually, remember last time I had to bring it right up to the door here, just to give enough room for the mowing units. All right, let's go get the baler. We'll go get the baler. I think the barn should be open. Yeah, all those doors are open. And I've got it set to 125 bales. Now I think there's still a grass bale that's gonna end up popping out first. So I might end up wrapping the first bale. I could see that happening because I think there was one that was like 80% or maybe even more than 80% loaded in the chamber, that it wouldn't 90%. Okay, yeah. So the first one that I do here is probably going to be a grass bale that will get wrapped, but the rest will be hay. Let's turn this on. I think at least. Oh, it just did it as a hay bale. Okay, right on. Well, that's good then. That's really good. Now I like doing the headland first, but it kind of can mess up doing the up downs because you end up like running into your bales a little bit. But whatever, That's probably why one thing I should do almost is like take automatic drop off, and then I could like hold it kind of on the baler till I get it like in between the up down windrows, you know, like drop a bale like right there, and then it should be out of the way when I'm coming doing the up downs. But yeah, maybe in the future. We should get a pretty decent amount of bales off this field. Again, it won't be the same as last time because the last ones were 150 centimeter bales, but this should be like the max yield that we're gonna get off this grass field. We had it, you know, double fertilize the lime and stuff. Actually, we probably should do lime again here. Maybe we'll do lime and fertilizer after this one because we didn't lime last time. So maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I'll keep thinking about that as we bail, but that could be good. I don't know the state to which the field's in. Wait, does it tell me real quick here? It doesn't say needs lime, but it could be down to only having 33% left of lime value. So yeah, maybe I'll end up doing that. But not too bad. You know, curiosity is kind of getting the better of me. I almost want to just grab the front loader real quick, come grab one of these bales and just see if it'll go into that mixing unit. You know what I mean? Just see, so then if it doesn't work, well, no, if it doesn't work, it doesn't really matter. We're at the same boat as we were before. I don't got enough money to go buy anything until we sell the gold, so maybe I can give it a spin around here. Let's do that. There we go. We're just giving here, we should get a decent amount of bales off this field. Like these middle windrows, like these are thick. A lot of hay here. Whoa. Boy, that's filling that really quick. Let's see if we can drop that right there. Perfect. These two will be the best ones. Oh yeah, that's a lot of hay right there. Almost can't drive over it. It's so wide. Jeez, that's so 2 bales just off one pass. We might even be able to get 3 off this one since we already had a bit loaded in there. And then there's one more in the... That one's good. Jeez, nice. All right, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I am going to grab... Once I get this done, I'm just going to... Before I park the baler, let's run over, let's grab the front loader, and... 98%? If I do that, there's no more hay kicking around here. Ah, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll just leave it sitting in there for now. Let's run over and grab the front loader and just see if one of these bales will go in. I guess I could take the apples up as well when we go to sell the gold. Like, we're not going to make a ton of money from it. But I could take those pallets up. Keep one at the house, you know. Throw it down in the cellar just for snacks. Bees are doing good. Yeah, I'm liking this farm. But we'll see now. We'll see if this can get into... If it'll take it. If not... Well, if not, I'll just sell that. I guess if not, then I might have enough money if I sell that unit. Right? Like, if it's not going to work... I could just, you know, demo it, sell it, get the money back. That'll put me at like 59. That might be enough. Might be enough for a mixer. Where are we at? 67 for that one. Which is probably the one I would want to get because, oh.
because it holds 16,000, 12-meter spread. So that'd be the one I want to get for that. Let's see if we can. Oh, we're almost here. What do we think? What are we thinking? Yes, no, maybe? Nice. Okay. We like that. We like that. All right. I'm going to park the baler. I'm going to park this front loader. I'm going to park the baler. And, I mean, now we probably don't even really need this bale storage facility. Oh well. We got it. We got it. Let's park this in here. Put these forks in the ground so I don't stab my ankle. I'll shut this unit off. Okay. All right, I'm going to park the baler, and then we'll grab our trailer, start pulling those bales off the field, and we'll dump it into that mixer. And then that'll be probably pretty much it for today. I'll go check and see if any jars of gold pop through the gold room. We'll fill up the gold safes, and I'll get the big truck fired up. I could probably even get the big truck brought over. Let's fold this unit up. I could get it brought over. We could maybe even load the first two safes. I'm just trying to snake this in here without making a mess. There we go. Should probably wash this tractor too while I'm at it. But yeah, get the gold safes loaded up and ready to go for in the morning, and then we're off to get another. It'll be a really good payday. I'm pretty excited about it. But then, once that's done, we were going to do a really good cleanup down at the dig site. We'll have to pull the Dodge out of there. I'll have to probably do some running back and forth. Whoa, I missed that big time. Yeah, we'll get the dig site, pretty cleaned up. Because once we do that big sale, I'm just going to take a break from digging down there. I'm gonna have to walk that excavator out and bring it up to the shop so I can do some service on it and stuff. Probably should order some new teeth for that bucket because they're definitely going to be worn out. I'll have to check the leaf on that bucket as well. And I can't remember which part is the frog. It might be called different where you're from, but there's like the leaf is like the bottom part of the bucket, like where the teeth are kind of attached to. I'm pretty sure that's the leaf of the bucket, and that'll get worn out pretty good. I thought the frog was like the actual mounting part that the tooth goes into. Then there's obviously the tooth with the keeper. The keeper is like the pin that goes through it. I can't remember. My equipment maintenance knowledge is I'm digging into the past pretty hard to remember all the different parts of it. I've had to replace them a bunch of my life. When I was welding, I always had to cork equipment. That was the worst. It was the worst because they would always wait till it was so cold out. And corking equipment in the cold is just brutal. You just stand there all day. I mean, you do have some torches with you to heat the pads up, but like you're cold. Like you're cold. It's the same thing for just hours. And back when I was doing it, this was years ago, there wasn't podcasts. Like that wasn't like a big thing back then. Podcasts were like a new thing, and there was no good ones, so it was just like boring. I would listen to music, but like after a while you get sick of your music. Working in the cold is not fun. Every once in a while I would have to cut portions when they would break teeth or really wreck the bucket from digging in hard ground. I'd have to cut those like mounting pieces off, and I was pretty sure it was called the frog. Do hard facing and stuff on the leaf, stuff like that. All right, 17 bales, actually 18 bales, because we took that one over. Let's lift the pickup arm off. And let's head over. And I think yeah, we got enough hay in the barn already. I'm just gonna dump all of this right into the mixing unit, just in case. If I jump out here, this should tell us. Let's go inside here. Straw bale, round grass bale. Okay, so these aren't fully fermented yet then, because it should say silage bale. So we'll have to wait to put those in.
So I guess it is good to have the bale storage, because then I can pull the bales off the field, let them sit in there until they ferment, and then put them in this unit. All right, let's get this offloaded. Also, too, I didn't check. Let's go in and check here. Fermenting silo, grass. So TMR with hay, silage, and straw. This one we want to activate. 2 million liters. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, I wonder how much storage I'm gonna have in here. Yeah, we got more than enough. 2 million liters is more than enough. All right, I'm gonna park this, get some stuff tidied away, and then I'll meet you guys in July, and we will go sell the gold. All right, everyone, it is July. I got the gold safes loaded up, and we're headed to the store. We're gonna head off, sell this gold, and see how much cash we can get. Then we're gonna get ourselves a manure spreader and head back to the farm. Oh, I gotta get out and open this gate. I forgot we put that in. High security out here. Yes, I almost forgot about that. Well, we got all the gold with us, so we'll leave that gate open so it's easy on the way back. But we're going to do it. We're going to head up to the store. We'll take the ferry over. We'll make sure and look both ways so that barge doesn't run into us. And yeah, we'll sell off this gold. I'm pretty excited. Really excited. So I'll meet you guys at the store. I'll save you the trip up to the... or I'll save you the trip. And we'll sell this off. All right, we are just flying 65 miles an hour into the store here. Maybe I should slow down. Can't wait to sell this. All right. Very excited. We should be getting, man, we should be close to like that 1.5 mil, but this is it. All that digging comes down to this. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What's it gonna be? 1.38 million. Not too shabby. Once again, we're back on top. We're rich, and we did it. We did it. Another $1 million gold sale, over $1 million. And all right, now that we've got some money, let's go spend it. You know, that's what we do, right? So we're going to park here really rudely, but we're millionaires, so, you know, just do whatever we want. Okay, let's go in and let's find... I think we'll go with... Well, I don't want to go with this one. I don't think we need this one. I think this one will be fine. It'll hold 16,500 liters. It'll do a 12-meter spread. This one does do a 24, though. Do we want to get this one? The tractor will be the tractor's 230 horse, so it should pull this just fine. Let's look at it. Wheel setup, wide tires, we don't even need that. It doesn't even matter what tires we put on it. Yeah, let's just get this one then. It'll do 24 width. That way, too, if we ever do a part 2, we've got a good spreader. Yeah, let's just get it. Why not? Why not? Okay. So, we're going to get the crew here to load this up for us. I'll probably pull it over. I'm going to spin it around so that they can just hook onto it, back it up this trailer. Kind of like we always do, and then that way when we get to the farm we'll be able to just pull it off nice and easy. Let's see if we can go like this. Drop these. Make it somewhat easy for them. Plus also just a little bit difficult, right? No, I'll pull up a little bit. Okay, we'll get this loaded up and we'll head back to the farm. Okay, backing up the trailer here as we do. Hopefully this works. I kind of tried to park, like, you know, we got a bit of a hill there, but... Alright, let's see. I'm gonna just back this in. So, I screwed up, too, as well. Awesome. I was like... I got done the field, and then I slept through into June, and I was like, oh, I didn't do the fertilizing. I didn't do any of the, you know, the lime and stuff that we were gonna do, which is fine. I can always do the lime after. Why isn't this working? Am I not on the trigger enough here? But then I like just quickly went with the tractor and I hooked onto like the. Why isn't this working? What is happening? We have manure. Do I gotta move the slurry spreader out of the way just to get this done? But anyways, yeah, I fertilized the field and yeah, I fertilized the field with like normal fertilizer and I didn't really think, oh yeah, I'm gonna be grabbing a spreader. Yeah, I just did it quick. Whatever. Let's try not to run into that fence, but we did anyways. Alright, this should work now. This better work. Oh, we gotta turn the time up here a little bit. What do we got going on there? Let's back over to where the slurry comes out. There we go. There we go. All right, we got manure. We got a big pile of crap. Look at us go. Let's see how this thing pulls it. Yeah, this thing pulls it around fine. I'm actually just going to take this over, park it over by the field. Actually, I'll park it right over here. I don't want it too close to the house, you know what I mean? Don't want the trailer of crap too close to the house. Put her right there. Out of sight, out of mind, but ready to go for when we need it. All right, not too bad. Okay, let's go park this tractor, and then I'm going to pull... Or I'll leave the tractor right over here. We'll jump back in the truck. I'm going to pull it through. Leave that right there for right now. Let's go jump in the truck and get it parked. I'm going to spin it around. We'll bring it through the shop just like how I had it parked before. That's awesome though that this thing takes in bales. That's really, really great. Very excited. But I mean, we did it. Like, we really came out here. We built a wicked farm. Like, this place is awesome. Got our cold storage in the back here. We got our good shop. We can work on the equipment. We built all our barns. And we built the house, which is also great. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited with this. Let's get this closed off here. I think that, I think that is going to do it for us out here in the backcountry, at least for this part of the series. You know, there's still some stuff I got to do, or I'm going to go get the excavator walked out so I can do some work on it. But, pretty cool series. Let's just jump into this mode real quick. Like, we came out here. This was all trees. This was trees and nothing. We originally dug down in here. We built the house. I remember when you couldn't even see, like you could barely see the chain link fence around the house, and the sawmill was right here at the beginning, and the little concrete factory or the little concrete area so that we could build the roof plates and stuff like that. We obviously moved it over, but and when we pushed this whole pad, when we cleared it, where it was all that loose gravel, and we kept piling it up, and I was dumping it into the little cement factory. Pretty cool farm. Pretty cool farm. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy the series, make sure and let me know. Leave me a comment. It's always appreciated if you drop a like and hit the subscribe button. I'm very appreciative of everyone who's done that. I didn't really have much expectation when I started this channel, but at the time of recording this, we're over 2,000 subs, which is just crazy to me. So thank you to everybody who's joined me on these journeys. I can't wait for our next one. Here's the dig site down there. I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know if you would like to see a part 2 on this map, something else that we could do. We got 1.3 million bucks, so the opportunity is endless, and we're pretty set up here. We could really expand the cattle farm, or do really whatever we want. So let me know if you guys would like a part 2. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it like you wouldn't believe. Hopefully you guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is that you're watching this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks again.